that we could be in love, lighting up the dark. But there's nothing I can do, I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle, like if somebody be so beautiful, yeah. It's only a dream, it's how I feel.
Hello, कैसे हो the what is up, 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 chat? कैसन बा कैसे हो सब लोग? How is yous? How is chat? How is everybody? कैसा है इस बाबा? सब बढ़िया यार, सब बढ़िया. कैसे गुड? सब बढ़िया, सब बढ़िया, सब बढ़िया. भाई मेरे को एक बात बताओ, नोंगशिम 20 हाँ क्या सीन? आर वी मिसिंग समथिंग यारो? कैसे 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 हो गया बे? तो मैं मैच देखा 2-0 बे. सब नर्फ हो गया है. बिंग्स भाई सीएस बना दिया. ये तो सीएस में इतने एबिलिटीज है. आइस भाई थैंक यू फॉर द 17 मंथ्स. आज तो मेरे सपने में आया था भाई. मेरा कल जो मैंने वो किया है ना डांस, मेरा पीट गया रे बाबा. हेवी पीट गया मेरा, हेवी. एक सेकेंड, थंबनेल डाल दिया ना. ये आ जाओ भाई, देखते हैं क्या सीन है. पोल डालने दो. कौन जीतेगा भाई? सिंपल है भाई. मीका जी आए
In that first
हैं.
series, I'm prepared to be even more
क्या
surprised.
वॉल्यूम है ये?
Perhaps
हेलो
by our second one, we have Full Sense versus Velocity. And Morgan, you know something about a lot of the players that will be stepping on that.
भाई इतना वॉल्यूम मैंने आज तक चैम्प्स में नहीं देखा है. हेलो भाई इतना वॉल्यूम.
was shot, but who knows what to expect. We said going into today, this is a day of underdogs. This is a day where one team is probably quite heavily favored
What
in
a
each
poll.
matchup, but that's already been blown
Obviously
out
भाई
the
सामने
water.
वालों को
So
कौन
who
सपोर्ट
knows what to
करेगा?
expect. This is
फुल सेंस
anybody's
वाले
game,
करे.
but yeah, I mean, I'm especially
मेंबरशिप चैट में
excited
इसके
for
इधर है.
this one.
बिंग्स भाई लव यू एंड गिली चिमी टू
Quietly
यू
excited
लव
for
यू
this team. I don't
बाय.
think you're that quiet in
So
your
भाई आप
excitement
लोग
about
दा.
this team, okay?
आज तक होता 17 months.
Yeah, I think this was a team that you know, the South Asian fans
सोल क्वालिफाई हुआ. हाँ
definitely
इसके बाद है
always
हम लोग
wanted
का
to come
मैच.
together, especially when you have names like Russ, SK Rossi, and Lightning Fast on the same team. They've been undefeated in South Asia for a while, but
अबे
going up against Full Sense,
छोटी वाली
they
मक्खी
are
कैसे आई
one of
रूम
the
में?
powerhouses when it comes to the Thai scene. We're seeing them arrive right now, all smiles all around, but and of course, why would they not be confident? They
फुल
have a
सेंस भी
lot
है यार.
of sharp
टीम है,
troopers, and
टीम
there's
है.
so much talent to look out for on
ओके
this
है
team.
लेकिन
Yeah, I mean, this
समझ
young
रहे हो?
Thai team is going to be feeling great. They're playing on home soil. They know they're going to have a lot of support heading into this. And you know what? They've had quite a good run. All
जी
the
का
way
भी है
through
ना. जी
Challengers
का हम लोग
SEA.
के
So
बाद है.
I think there's a lot to be optimistic about
इसके
for
बाद
this
हमारा
team.
मैच है. उसके बाद जी का
plenty to be optimistic about, definitely. I think that they still have to break through the likes of, you know, Motive, for example, and the ghosts of Ascension's
Huh?
past, right? Like in Boom
फुल
and
सेंस
Nongshim.
भी है
But
बे.
this team is always one of those teams that's been up there. We expect them to deliver.
हाँ हमेशा
I
अच्छा
am
तो खेला
expecting
है.
a lot of firepower also, as we know in the Thai squad, as we saw from our on-site correspondent in Ewok.
भाई मजाक से हटकर there is a 99.100% चांस कि अपन फुल सेंस के सामने तो जीते. हाँ हाँ, नो कैप, NGL, not gonna lie, but the chances are up there. इतनी मक्खियां.
maps. I especially want to highlight their Ascent. I think this has been very, very strong for them. Running that deadlock, I wouldn't be shocked at all to see them be picking this today. This seems to be a go-to of theirs. So I think they're going to be feeling...
ये अपना दो बदम कर रहा है क्या कास्टिंग?
I think they'll be happy about this opening matchup. You know, I think they will know that they're the favorites, so it's about not letting that get to them
उसका नाम नहीं मालूम
like we saw earlier today. Anything can happen in these games, so they have to come in composed and they can't be taken by surprise. And I think one man we have to highlight here is Leviathan. We saw in the interviews getting
ये तो इंग्लिश वाला है.
saying he's incredibly sharp.
किधर है भाई? किधर है? इधर है मेरा दो बादाम यार. है कोई तो गिफ्टेड दिया. ना मान रहे. इंद्रजीत भाई को बोला बैग्स मत दो करके, ये ले पैसा. नहीं चाहिए तेरा बैग्स. चैट डब्ल्यू कर दो इंद्रजीत भाई को. स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट पॉजिटिविटी से हुए 50 गिफ्टेड आ चुके. ओपी ओपी कर दो एकदम पेलम पाल छुपा दे दो इंद्रजीत भाई को. तब तक मैं हिंदी स्ट्रीम ढूंढता हूँ. किधर है? किसको पता है क्या किधर है? मेरे को दिख तो नहीं रहा है. ये रहा.
ये कुछ 3 ऐसे मैप है जहाँ पर फुल सेंस काफी अच्छी लग रही है. अब वैसे डेटा सारी चीजें नहीं बताता
हो
है
जाए,
क्योंकि ये जो कॉम्पोजिशन है ये सिर्फ 2 बार खेला गया है. दोनों बार
दो
आपने
बादाम.
जीत हासिल करी थी. इसके अलावा एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन हुआ है सोवा और तेओ वाले कॉम्प्स के साथ भी असेंट वाले मैप पे. सो आज ये देखना पड़ेगा कि कॉम्पोजिशन कौन सा लेकर आती है ये टीम अगर असेंट का मैप आता है तो.
देखो
नो ये जो स्टैट्स होते हैं ये ऑन पेपर
हिंदी स्ट्रीम फन है भाई. फन है.
देते हैं कि
फन
मतलब
है.
अगर इन दो टीम्स के बीच में फाइट चलती है और ये मैप आता है, चांसेस बन सकते हैं.
फन है.
इट्स नॉट द श्योर, इट्स नॉट सर्टेनिटी.
थोड़ा देखते हैं यार. ऐसा मत करो यार.
बट एसेंट नो डाउट
मेरा दो बादाम भाई आया है.
चारों बाद फुल सेंस ने इस मैप के ऊपर जीत हासिल कर अपने आप को अनडिस्प्यूटेड.
इसका नाम फ्रिट्स है भाई. ना दो बादाम.
अगर सनसेट की बात करते हैं वहां पे विन रेट कम है और बाइंड पे मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा सा मतलब गुंजाइश है. अगर
विन रेट कम है,
इंप्रूवमेंट बोल सकते हैं आप इसको.
60%
काम किया जाए तो बेहतर हो सकता है. बट ये रहा फुल सेंस का पूरा स्टैट्स है. और अभी आप सनसेट में नियॉन भी देख सकते हैं. आप थोड़ी देर पहले बात भी कर रहे थे कि नियॉन को जब से नर्फ मिला है नॉर्मल प्लेयर उनको जगह नहीं मिल पा रही है. बट
एक सेकंड, ये लोग नए अपडेट पे खेल रहे हैं नहीं ना? चैट वाइपर को मिला मेंबरशिप. छी बे छी, इतने बड़े यूट्यूबर को फ्री में मिला भाई. ये लोग नए अपडेट में नहीं खेल रहे. तो नए अपडेट का क्या बात कर रही है?
5 बार सोवा खेला एंड स्टैट्स भी काफी अच्छे
हैं. धन्यवाद भाई, थैंक यू फॉर 449 चैट. सब लोग
टीम के अंदर
चुपा दे दो. इंद्रजीत भाई को जिसको भी गिफ्टेड मिला है,
चाहे कोई भी हो, मुझे एक आप ऐसा रोल
डॉक्टर बाइज भाई थैंक यू फॉर 13 मंथ्स. धन्यवाद भाई थैंक यू फॉर 449.
ही जाऊंगा.
मतलब ये वर्सेटैलिटी है. फॉरसेकन की याद आ जाती है बिकॉज़ आई थिंक इस पूरे इंडस्ट्री में कम्युनिटी में फॉरसेकन का कोई मुकाबला नहीं है वर्सेटैलिटी. बट ये है
+1
वेलोसिटी गेमिंग, डमारा, रस, लाइटिंग फास्ट, रॉसी एंड मिडलिन. अब इस लाइनअप ने
अभी भी याद आता है फॉरसेकन का.
और
बैन हट गया रहेगा
सोच
वैसे.
रहा हूं कि जब से नियॉन वाला फैक्टर ऑन हुआ है मुझे डमारा के लिए
ना मान रहे
बिकॉज़ डमारा वाज अनस्टॉपेबल व्हेनेवर ही इज ऑन नियॉन.
That is definitely true. और जैसा आपने कहा नियॉन का वो नर्फ इवन वेलोसिटी को भी हिट करा है.
बंक्स भाई जिंक्स करना है या सपोर्ट? भाई सपोर्ट है यार. सपोर्ट
एक तरीके से आप कह लीजिए सीख लिया है
यार. आप इतना अच्छा बात कर रहे हो. फोरेक्स में सुनते हैं. डब्ल्यू इंग्लिश भाई एक बार मेरे को दो बादाम सुनने दो प्लीज.
ये पॉइंट से तो मैं भी पूरा
एक बार
समझ रखूंगा कि यस इस लाइनअप के अंदर ऐसे खिलाड़ी हैं.
मतलब मेंबरशिप रात को डेल्टा. एक्सक्यूज मी, दोपहर को वैल्यू होता है भाई. कल किया इतना लंबा स्ट्रीम 5 घंटे.
लाइटिंग फास्ट हो. मेडलिन के भी कुछ क्लचेस आई रिमेंबर वीसीसी के दौरान जब इन्होंने हेवन के अंदर अगेंस्ट द ऑड्स क्लचेस निकाले थे. सो आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग अ गुड रिजल्ट कि आज के दिन की शुरुआत एसेंशन की शुरुआत वेलोसिटी दमकम से करे, डंकी की चोट पे करे. और ये मैप
दमकम क्या है?
वेलोसिटी गेमिंग की हेवन उन्होंने एक बार खेला, उस पे जीत हासिल करी है. लोटस के अंदर बेहतरीन, मतलब लोटस के अंदर अगर किसी प्लेयर को आपको देखना है देन रबल के अराउंड डमारा को और सी साइड के अराउंड आप हमारे चेंबर इसकी
भाई नियॉन फिक्स है अपना. नियॉन फिक्स है.
लोटस मतलब आप कह लीजिए होम
ब्रिज भी फिक्स है, ओमेन भी फिक्स है, 3 एजेंट फिक्स है.
फुल सेंस ने भी यहाँ पर तैयारी करी होगी. तो मैं चाहूंगा मैप वीटो के अंदर अंदर ना आप थोड़े से ऐसे मैप्स डालिए
माधव भाई ऐसा मत करो
एट
यार,
द सेम टाइम वेलोसिटी ने भी जब रिसर्च
अभी
करी
रैंक
तो मैं
पुश
कहूंगा
आएगा,
Ascent
रुको
हटाइए, थोड़ा
2
सा
दिन
प्रेफर
के बाद
कर
लो
रही है ये टीम,
मेंबरशिप।
मे बी आप उनको हेवन या लोटस के ऊपर लेके आने की कोशिश करिए। अब
ते
ये
हेल
जब
का
मैप भी तो
कास्टर
बैक एंड फोर्थ जाएगा तो कौन से 3 मैप स्लिप होके निकलते हैं, ये भी एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज रहेगी।
भाई मेरे को एक
संचयन
बात
के लिए अगर
बताओ,
आप कॉम्पोजिशन देखिए तो
मेरे को सिर्फ ये लोग का आवाज आ रहा है, म्यूजिक किधर है, म्यूजिक किधर है?
because now the stakes are higher than ever. This isn't South Asia anymore. You're playing against international opponents, Thai opponents at their home ground of all things.
ये
And
लोग
we
फेस
know
कैम के साथ
how
बात कर रहे हैं, अपना अपना बिडू लोग का फेस कैम किधर है? हेलो,
सेंस वर्सेस वेलोसिटी के बीच में मैप्स कौन से देखने को मिलेंगे? बिकॉज अगर आपको क्या लगता है, आपके कुछ अंदाजे में है, आपको कुछ लग रहा है कि इन मैप्स पे फुल सेंस का पलड़ा भारी रहेगा या वेलोसिटी?
भाई 2 बादाम भाई, प्लीज 2 बादाम दे दो यार,
वेलोसिटी के लिए तो
वरना मैं जा रहा हूँ
सीधा
मिका जी
जवाब
को
है
देखने।
लोटस का वो मैप है जिसके ऊपर ये टीम बहुत ही अच्छा परफॉर्म कर जाती है, क्योंकि इतना ज्यादा अपने
अभी आएगा, वेट करो।
आप
अरे
कह
रुको
लीजिए
ना,
कंट्रोल ले लेते हैं रॉसी, वो ओपोनेंट को परेशान करके रख देते हैं।
ना मान
लेकिन
रहे गॉडफिट
कोई ना,
बाय।
फुलसेंस ने करोड़ बैन किया है, वेलोसिटी को अबिस नहीं खेलना था, जिस वजह से फुलसेंस को मौका मिला असेंट लेने का, और वेलोसिटी खेल रही है लोटस।
Yeah, this is definitely interesting. So, full sense selecting Ascent
थोड़ा
makes a lot of
म्यूजिक आने
sense.
दो
As I
भाई।
said before, they've been very, very good on it, while Velocity have not looked good. That's a map that they've been losing domestically. But then Velocity picking Lotus, a map where they are very strong, flawless on it, and we haven't seen this map from Full Sense in Split 3 of Challenges. So, I think that's a kind of an
2-0 लग रहा है
entirely
मेरे को।
unknown, but I think I could very easily see this going the distance, going to sunset.
How is
I think this is
50%
gonna be
win
a
rate with
very
one game?
close
आधा
best
मैप
of
ही
3
खेला,
in my
अपन जीत
mind,
गए थे।
especially with that veto.
Yeah, and I do want to see if it does go over to
एक
Sunset.
अपन
I
जीते,
also know that full sense they have
समझ
they
रहे
have
हो?
a bit of a
लेकिन
strange
आधा
comp on
जीते
Sunset
अपन।
also. I'd love to see that come out too. But we are going into Ascent first and then Lotus, and I would say that Ascent probably heavily favored
भाई
Full
मैं
Sense,
इसका
but
मैसेज ही
Velocity,
नहीं भेज
they've
पा
been
रहा
loving
चैट पे,
Lotus so far.
कैसे?
They've been
Yeah.
very, very dominant on this map. They have so many reps on this map also, and Full Sense they have been avoiding Lotus as much as they can.
FS
It
is a
could
good
be a
team,
double-edged
yeah,
sword
yeah.
because like the more you avoid a map, the more time you also have time to prep on it.
नहीं,
You
लेकिन हम
change
लोग का
things
टीम
up
ज्यादा
and other
बेटर है।
teams
देखो
won't
हम लोग
know.
की टीम में
So
3 लेटर है ना,
it's
VLT।
making me feel uneasy
FS
here
क्या है बे?
with,
2
with
लेटर।
for Full Sense. It may be maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially when we look at that Lotus, right? The composition that we've seen
फुल
Velocity
में
play in the
ग्लिच्ड है,
past
FS
is
नहीं
that
दिख रहा,
SK
मैप
Rossi
में
on
भी नहीं
that
दिखाई
chamber,
देगा।
which I
चालू
think
होने
is
दो एक बार।
fantastic. I love watching it, but it is also a very different style. It's away from the meta, so it's what will Full Sense have prepared to deal with that. If you can put a stop to
पिछले
that
वाले पैच
chamber,
पे खेले
then
ना,
it becomes
टेक्निकली तो पिछले वाले
effectively
पैच पे
a
खेलना चाहिए,
useless
लेकिन मेरे को
agent
पता
because
नहीं
he
क्या
doesn't
सीन है।
have a lot of util to help the team. So I'm so excited for that map too. But as you say, we are starting on Ascent, where I think the shoe is on the other foot. Is what the Velocity have prepared to deal with.
इंग्लिश लगा बे, ये क्या लगा रखा है? एक्सक्यूज मी?
Full Sense are going to be bringing out here. I need to see good game plans, good protocols, and not giving them too much space on attack because we know how effective Deadlock is in
कौन
those
सा लैंग्वेज
close
चल रहा
runs.
है?
So I think this is a battle of macro. This is a battle of preparation.
चक्कुल
and I think
बाय
this
ना
weekend
करो।
has this going all the way in my mind. So yeah.
14
Yeah.
चैट 14 मंथ्स
I
नहीं
am
है,
on board with you there. I
लास्ट
think
मंथ
we
ही
are
उसने
going
अपग्रेड
into
किया है
map number
मेंबरशिप।
3 at
14
this
मंथ्स
point
नहीं है
because
यार।
it has the potential to be very, very back and forth. And with how these teams play also, you know, you could see very, very explosive rounds on
Go
the
karo,
side
go karo,
of
go
Full
karo.
Sense, but then, you know, on the side of Velocity also, I trust that they're able to actually pull back the rounds. I trust that their comeback factor
भाई
is a lot
सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ, बैंकॉक की यादें ना हॉन्ट करती है यार मेरे को। बैंकॉक की यादें हॉन्ट करती है यार। इतना दूर तेरा भाई ट्रैवल करने गया था, सबसे पहला इंटरनेशनल। जिंक्स भी नहीं करने दिया बे, लैंड होते ही रिटर्न सामने वाले।
all they have to do is just really keep their calm. I feel like they can pull through this, even though we are heavily favoring Full Sense here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious if we're going to see a composition swap.
Find your
with
old
Velocity. So last
pick,
time we saw
sticker
them
भेज द
play it,
ग्रुप
they
में।
were
अक्षय
running
भाई को
that
हाइट
jet.
दे दो।
It was very,
किधर है
very
वोट्स?
standard across the board. But as I said, Tomorrow's Neon is very, very strong. I feel like I would rather them mix it up, try something different, because it's a map you've not been successful at and your opponent has been very, very strong at. Now is the time to take risks. You're coming in as the underdog. I think it's okay to kind of blow things up, take these bigger risks, experiment, because it's still the group stages. And if you can steal that map away, then the series is yours
कोच का
for
क्या
the
अपडेट
taking.
है?
So I
एपेक
think I
फाइनल
want to see
से
them play
पहले
with
आएगा
confidence,
या
obviously,
सीधा
take risks,
VCS
both
के
in
टाइम पे? थोड़ा
preparation
टाइम दो निखिल
and
भाई,
in the
थोड़ा
server. I
टाइम
mean,
दो.
this is an aggressive team. South Asia is
आएगा.
an aggressive region, and I think
सब अपडेट्स मिलेगा आपको.
highlight SK Rossi because
क्योंकि
that
ये
is an
सब के बारे में
incredibly
मुझे कोई आइडिया
aggressive
है
player.
नहीं.
So I want him to use those skills he's learned at the top level, really put it to use here, and be.
टिपन बुला रहा है
all up in the
डिस्कॉर्ड
face
यार,
full
उसके
sense.
डिस्कॉर्ड में
We're
ऑलरेडी
also
बहुत
going to be
सारे लोग हैं.
aggressive, by the way. Thai
अपन थोड़ा
Valorant is
शांति
not
से
slow.
वॉच पार्टी करेंगे.
Oh, definitely not. It's as you mentioned, we're expecting very, very.
बंग भाई लव यू. गिली चुमटी आदित्य भाई.
I love that we're seeing a lot of growth from him as well. You highlighted him as a very aggressive player, but we're also seeing him shine in the back lines, right? Picking up the sentinel roles also a lot.
आप
this
कोच
year.
बन जाओ.
So that's
नहीं
something
मैं
that adds another
एक बार
level
मोबाइल
to
आने
the
के
side
बाद
of
मैं हेल्प
velocity.
करूंगा
This kind of flexibility that
अपने
they can pull out from their
एसिटल
players
क्रिएटर्स
is something that
लेकिन फुल टाइम
I'm
कोच नहीं
also
बन
looking
सकता है.
forward to. I'm eager to see, as you mentioned, new
राहुल
competitions
भाई
come
थैंक यू
out,
फॉर द
because the advantage
मेंबरशिप.
of actually having
चाय
a few
लेके आओ.
weeks
नींद
break
में हूँ मैं.
is
नींद में
enough
एक्चुअल
time
में
to
नहीं हूँ.
actually switch things around, especially if you want to focus on a
क्योंकि
certain
सुबह
map.
उठते
If
ही
you
मैंने रेड
know
बुल
that
पिया.
your opponent, your first opponent, likes to lean into this map,
अरे
why not
क्या
prep heavily
ये
for
मेरे को
that?
टैग मत
I
करो.
think
हेलो.
that's a very important point because the South Asian League
Hey bro,
was
14
actually
months
the
to
first
love
tier
you,
2
Utkarsh
league
bhai.
to come to a conclusion.
Go
Velocity
करो.
was the
क्या
very
हो गया?
first team locked into Ascension. They have had the most prep time out of everybody in this entire tournament to get ready, to get prepared for this tournament. So if they've really put that to good use, they have a very,
Who is
very
winning this
big
match?
advantage
VLT can
heading into this.
actually
I'm
win
curious.
against
They've
Full
had
Sense.
plenty of time to make changes, adjust roles, and fix mistakes.
Full
बाकी
sense.
टीम्स का मेरे को नहीं
able to
मालूम.
use that very well. I think
नोंगशिम और नाओस और
Definitely. I'm also optimistic to
एक और
see what
एक अच्छा
both
टीम
of these
था.
teams have prepared after that little bit of a break. As we mentioned before, this could be the final Ascension. So I'm imagining all of these teams actually want to put that best foot forward
Boom.
because again, we don't know when a chance like
Boom
this is going to
अच्छा
come out in
है.
the same kind of iteration. We're
Nongshim
seeing the
अच्छा
Thai
है,
representation
Naos
as well
अच्छा
with
है.
the Thai Elephant fans coming out from Full Sense. And now as Velocity walk out, we're seeing
एक
like,
और
some of
साउथ
the
कोरिया
players
की टीम
shake
है.
off
ये
some of
टीम
those
कैसे
initial
पता
nerves.
नहीं,
We
लेकिन
know that
साउथ
they
कोरिया
want to be
मतलब
fully warmed up as they step
मारने
into the
वाले लोग तो
server.
रहेंगे.
We know that Velocity have been so dominant in South Asia. I want to see that confidence carry over here onto the Thai stage, even if they are facing
Riddle
off against a team that is
का
fighting
मेरे
on
को
their
आइडिया
home
नहीं है
court.
रे.
We know that Full Sense they can be
रिडल का
very
मेरे को आइडिया नहीं. आई थिंक जापान की
as
टीम में if I'm
they
not wrong.
step onto the stage. And as
But
we
कैसा
mentioned
खेलता है मेरे
before,
को आइडिया
teams
नहीं है.
who are playing in their home court, they do have a little bit of that
आगे
bump
आगे
that
आगे.
they come in.
It's a massive buff. It's
Coach
massive
किधर है
knowing
अपना?
that there's people in the crowd supporting you, cheering for you. A little bit of that bleeding in through the earphones goes a very long way. So
फुल स्टोरी क्या हुआ
Full Sense,
बैंकॉक
I
में? कुछ
really
नहीं
wanna see
हुआ.
you
हम लोग
kind of
बैंकॉक
lean on
पहुंचे,
that.
टीम
Know
घर पे
this is your
पहुंची.
home ground. We saw how far Boom were able to take it last year when Ascension was in Indonesia. This is a massive buff. that I
रिडल है
think they
रिडल
should
में.
really
लेकिन
lean
रिडल
into.
उधर
But
की
on the
टीम है
flip
ना,
side, for
जापान की टीम है
Velocity,
ना.
you know they have
नहीं
this
रहे हो, कोच
advantage.
नहीं
I
हो.
want to see Velocity start very
कोच तो अभी
strong,
टॉस कर रहा था,
silence
मेरे को
that
तो दिखे
crowd,
थे.
and put a stop to any momentum that Full Sense might be bringing into this tournament.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do
अरे
love
अभी
it
तो
when
किया
teams
था
are
कोच
actually
ने.
able to do that
रस के
despite
साथ.
that home
Mad
crowd
picks.
buff that might be coming in. We saw that happen for SPG and just like how the crowd
मस्त
was like
पिच लेते थे
shell-shocked
यार
and
बंग में. मत
stunned.
करो यार
And I
अक्षु.
don't mind it coming
मत
out from
करो.
Velocity here up against Full Sense. I'm really interested
जापान
to see
वीजा कितने
what
दिन में
kind
आया था?
of
10
agents
दिन
we're
के अंदर आ
gonna be
गया
seeing
था.
on here. As you mentioned, we are expecting like SK Rossi, but I'm not expecting him on any kind of aggressive agent. We did see that he has been achieving success on the
Timber.
Cypher, for example, when they go over
Sentinel,
onto Ascent,
basically.
So why not? And
Ads
I
are
think
it?
for the
Oh, sorry,
side
sorry.
of Full Sense, I really want to see Potter because you know,
Yeah.
you look at this guy, you look at his stats, very aggressive attacks on the duelist
कर
role,
दिया.
and so many first kills on the board. Also, I think this guy, he's gonna be leading.
VLT का आईजीएल कौन है
I
ना?
think one of the things we have to highlight on the side of Full Sense is right now
रस्ता
QQ God is
अभी
not in this
पता नहीं क्या
roster.
सीन है.
Alpinia is in
मेरे हिसाब से तो
instead.
रस्सी
So
है.
how
मैं
does
मस्त
that
तेरी
affect
माँ
the
का.
roles? How does that change things? There's a lot of questions, and ultimately, how does that throw off this preparation that we know Velocity have had ample time to do? So I am incredibly curious. But yeah, like you say, Potter as well.
भाई ये बंदा तो
Jeff,
प्रैक्टिस भी नहीं
Julius
कर रहा है. चैट
is a
कौन कौन है ये?
absolute demon. He's for sure.
Chat,
one
ये
to
कौन
watch,
है?
And it's about being able to neutralize that firepower. I
Chat,
think
ये
there are
aura कौन है भाई
interesting
अभी?
matchups across every single role here, so I just can't wait for this game to get started.
Yeah, it's good that you pointed that out because like the last time we did see full sense on Ascent, we had
Hand
Kibuga
warmer है.
on that deadlock, which was
Yeah.
so
आराम से
crucial
थोड़ा.
to the composition of full sense.
hand warmer
Now,
है
as
वो.
we're seeing Apinya take over. Okay, I believe this is going to be one of the first times that he's bringing out the deadlock, if I'm not mistaken. But we're seeing a sort of similar lineup of full sense, no adjustments there. But from the side of Velocity, this is.
गोलू भाई देखो
quite
hand warmer
different.
कैसे use
I mean,
करते
we
हैं.
have to focus on velocity first here. This is very, very different. But I'm so excited for this. Before on Ascent, they were playing this standard comp, but that's not who they are. Damara's back on his signature neon. SK Rossi on his signature chamber. They've listened to me. They've gone back to personal comfort, and I think they're going to.
अब ये कौन सा टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है? Ascension इसमें I think 8 या 10 टीम कितना देख लो.
So now I'm feeling a little bit more
10 टीम
optimistic
इसमें
about
खेलता है और
Velocity
इसमें
here
से
and
जो
how they're gonna
जीतेगा,
make this work.
जो नंबर 1 आएगा,
Ooh, I wonder how
वो
quickly
जाएगा
Full Sense can actually
VCT
adjust,
खेलने के लिए. तो
given
VCT
the
एक पूरा
little
साल वो
bit
लोग
of a
खेलेंगे.
roster shuffle. Yes, he's playing the same
अभी
role,
एक स्लॉट है कि
but
2
I'm
स्लॉट है
sure
Ascension से,
playstyle-wise, it's
वो
still
नहीं
gonna be a
मालूम.
bit of an adjustment.
I think
Velocity, it
दोनों
sounds
ग्रुप
like
से एक
comfort is
जाएगा,
key
if I'm
for
not
this,
wrong.
as you're seeing everybody lean into some comfort
Top
picks,
2 है
the
ना?
agents that they know, like the backs of
मतलब
their
दोनों ग्रुप के
hands here.
विनर्स ना.
So I'm
मेरे को
seeing
फॉर्मेट
that
मेरे को
Velocity
देखना पड़ेगा.
actually have the potential to take this if they just stick to what they know.
Yeah, I mean, the breach is also so surprising. I think people have played Chamber on this map before, but the breach is entirely new. So let's see how Full Sense
नहीं
manages
ग्रुप
to
का
deal with
सीन
this.
नहीं है. प्लेऑफ में
And
क्वालीफाई
as
होना
we toss
पड़ेगा ये
it
लोग
over
को.
to our casters, we're going over to Quack and Pilsky for the call.
हर ग्रुप से बेसिकली 3 टीम प्लेऑफ के लिए क्वालिफाई होगी. ठीक है, हर ग्रुप से 3 टीम प्लेऑफ के लिए क्वालिफाई होगी और फिर वो 6 टीम लड़के जो 2 टीम फाइनल्स में चली जाएगी, वो लोग जाएंगे यहाँ पे VCT. ठीक है, तो अभी का ग्रुप जो है ये VLT का ग्रुप, उसमें से 3 टीम प्लेऑफ के लिए जाएगी. 2 अपर ब्रैकेट और 1 लोअर ब्रैकेट, या शायद 1 अपर ब्रैकेट और 2 लोअर ब्रैकेट, ऐसा कुछ तो है. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6. यप.
9, both of them performing very well. Now we've gone with 2 Indo talents, which begs the question just
ऐसे
how
लीग
deep
में
the
एसएल
talent is
वर्सेस
in that
RRQ
region. Because these
पॉसिबल है, मेरे को
guys,
नहीं
they
मालूम.
weren't on any of the top teams
जतिन
really
क्या
in
टीम्स होने
Indonesia.
वाली है,
We're on Bigachong, sitting
लेकिन
there
मजा
just
आएगा
kind
अभी
of in the
APL
sub-top
में.
of that region. And Damara's been a
कौन
monster
सी
in that
टीम्स
South
खेलने
Asian
वाली है पता
region.
नहीं. RRQ बोला तो था है करके.
See if they can actually dish out the damage that they did in that region. Up over
अरे
onto Ascension.
भाई यूट्यूब
Already
तो
kicking
सेक्सी
things
डाला है
off, but
अपन ने.
you do have Arpinia, like Mika mentioned, first time on deadlock, able to land a perfect grab net as well. Everyone's pretty
यूट्यूब
much
बराबर नहीं था
out
ना अपना.
all around the site, trying to get some spacing around the back of Generator, but simply spotted out by Full Sense on this pistol.
Yeah, it's a complete shutdown.
भाई
on
यूटिल्स
the
अच्छा था.
pistol here.
प्रॉब्लम
This is
क्या था
Full
मालूम है?
Sense's map
डेडलॉक
pick.
का
They
वो
will be
बिटाने
allowed
वाला
to
है
start
भाई.
on the defensive side.
सीधा
Velocity,
सेंटी के
they've
साइड पे घुसे
chosen
ना
to start
डायरेक्ट.
attack here. We talked about game planning on the desk a little bit.
और बंदा भी कौन मारा?
They're
अपना.
trying to have that surprise
अपना ही बंदा
factor
मारा, उसका नाम देखो.
against
अपना
Full
या
Sense in this opening game, but
अपनी
so far, unfortunately, not
अपिनिया
finding too much success in the
अपना बंदा
pistol.
मारा.
It's only early days just yet. I mean, Full Sense, they got to be feeling confident coming
ये
into
मैप
this
अपना
game,
नहीं है ना,
though.
ये
I mean,
मैप
they've been
अपना नहीं
cutting
है.
their teeth in challenges SEA. They've won a stage this
ये
year.
मैप
They've been
अपना
a
सिर्फ
top
जी के
seed
सामने.
all year long.
And right now, they're just going to hunker down in with the judge setup. You mentioned that, you know, the team
माफ करो.
have always come in consistently with podium finishes.
Next
Always
map अपना.
been a prominent presence in Southeast Asian Valorant all throughout, I think, as well.
भाई
Currently
गोलू
just
मारेगा, मेरे को
smoking
स्मेल
off
आ रहा है गोलू मार.
Velocity gonna go in for Russ's flash though, but it doesn't matter if this judge is just ready to hammer down on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this in Champs, right? This was a very much
sorry, Gulu.
abused mechanic. The judge in some of these angles, you saw it from
let's go 2-0 होएगा
Some
देख
play
ले.
that
मेरे हिसाब
exact
से
same
2-1.
angle
मेरे
with
हिसाब से
that smoke.
2-1.
You've seen it for a couple of years now, but especially right now, it's very trendy and very effective in this current meta.
सबसे पहले मारा वो
Spike on the
लैंग्वेज.
ground too, like Unless you hope for a lucky classic kill at some point, or maybe Headhunter if Rossi lands it.
भाई क्या लेकिन बीटी वाला है बेउलर
And now
का
Sephiroth in a
डबल
prime
सेंटिनल
position to
वाइस के साइड पे भी नहीं जा सकते, डेडलॉक के साइड पे भी फास्ट नहीं जा सकते, और अपना कॉम्प है ही फास्ट जाने का भी.
Final player to go down, Madeline. Trying to sneak away a lucky kill if possible. But as soon as the smoke goes off, everyone's just going to push out together. A flawless cleaned up by Full Sense.
Try to get an orb, you know. Trying to get something for himself.
हिंदी कमेंट्री हो जाए. और यहाँ पे क्या मारा है शॉटगन ओपी.
Such a high percentage play at the moment. Playing around that smoke with the charge just makes that anti-eco nice and easy, and that's going to be something the Velocity will have to play around, will have to consider as they head into the anti-bonus. It's the first gun round here for Velocity. And we'll see what they prepped, and Neon is going to give them a lot of pace on this map, but outside of that, I mean, you're really focusing on this punchy set plays with the Neon breach. They can fleet this map control very nicely, but it's a question of how they follow that up. Once again, they've started off with just taking this A main control, grabbing themselves an orb. Russ is getting closer and closer to this Rolling Thunder as time goes on. Full Sense just trying to throw off their opponents here. You see this dark cover on middle. It's a little sus. They're not really playing around it at all. It's really
भाई डबल सेंटिंंग के नाम पे अपना मिड क्यों नहीं लड़ रहे लेकिन?
Velocity concerned that
और क्या हाल है मैंगो? बढ़िया.
Especially given the fact that Full Sense is on their bonus here.
If you wanna hit, you can hit Binks and not the players.
To clear out A main as well.
वाह भोसड़ी वाले mod.
Velocity, a minute on the clock to work with.
DP भी हाथी का डाला.
That A main control. This is the second wave for them. Smoke to cat drone.
एक लौता यूट्यूबर हूँ मैं, एक लौता.
A very clear tell to Full Sense that this is going to be a mid to be, and they've rotated accordingly.
You have to see if the shots will be just as good though. So far in the macro reading,
खेलने बोल रहे हैं
just right.
Hate यूट्यूबर को मिलेगा.
Through market, this is where the Thorns might not be as effective. I say that actually it's pretty.
W.
Gonna have to time it just right, and down it goes. Arpinia, unfortunately, first casualty for Full Sense in this moment. Really both out to block off CT as well, but Potter
सारा बटन दबा रहा है जेट टॉप पे.
अरे find some shots towards the back of his
अरे
low HP, no
कैसे जब पहला बंदा मारा
all the way to the back of Boathouse.
It's just too readable for Velocity. Everything in that round on the attacking side was so telegraphed and so easy for Full Sense to read. Got to give credit where credit's due. Like Velocity, they took their time working their way into the B side. They isolated the deadlock on stairs, but outside of that, there really wasn't too much to write home about, unfortunately. Full Sense re-cleared A main. The smoke to cat and the drone
7-0
makes it very obvious that Velocity are at some point in the round going to split mid to B, and Full Sense have plenty of time to prep for that.
भाई लास्ट ना मान रहा.
It's just fantastic. And now for the first time in this half, they hear presence from Velocity inside of main. Everyone's prepared. You got this out, Bob Potter.
He's gonna farm up,
waiting for the shot. Oh yeah, he's just gonna go Pilly.
भाई
Oh,
क्या
look out.
बैकअप
Pinya
दिया है
chiming in as
बे.
well with the angle from stairs.
अपना बंदा ने क्या बैकअप दिया बे.
Potential for more too. Already tossed out the grab net, and it's another round as well where the spikes dropped in. Thankfully, there's smoke. They can retrieve that somewhat, but
actually mid to be वाला round अच्छा था बे.
Alongside Laz, this fragging IGL from Full Sense. No matter, it's just a judge. Close range, a flawless again.
ये जेटा वाला लाज है क्या मत करो रे मत करो.
In their comfort zone on home soil. Their opponents have given them the defensive side of their map.
33 months membership, 675 hours, still no more. जो मेरा नंबर 1 मॉड है उसका आवर्स बीट करके दिखाओ.
At all just yet on Ascent. It's felt a little bit too easy. And as a result, you see just how good the economy is on Full Sense right now. Potter's brought out the op.
बेचते हो रही है. तेरे को हो रहेगा बेचते. हम लोग को नहीं हो रहा. वो लोग को मैं पिक के भाई.
See what they go towards. This A main control early on in the round has not been working for them. They're going to go
Longship Pacific खेल के आई. 2-0 आई. 2-0 हारा. Now
it's been pretty decent so far. This time blinded though, so has to get out. But as soon as Velocity try to velocifize their way into market,
वो ठीक है. वहाँ के लोग तो नहीं इतना हिट देते.
The round, and they're looking for a couple more. Peeked out alongside Annihilation. That's a frag. That's a second one. Russ making a slight trade, but he is pinned down to heck. Does get a couple, but unfortunately will go down with the rest of the team, and that leaves SK Rossi.
पूरा दुनिया का world
across.
गंदा स्किन इसको ही मिला.
It's going to be tough, Pilly, because
सबसे बाप स्किन था जब
I
पहले
don't
आया
think
था.
he's got the angles or
W,
the
2v1.
utility. Just going to go in for a slight crouch peek to
बहुत टाइम है, बहुत टाइम है, बहुत टाइम
Able
है.
to take one down at least. Still got a lot of time to work with. 45 seconds.
तू स्ट्रीम स्नैप मत करा
Successfully worked his
कास्टर.
way through B
Please.
and found the entry. He's going to have to do this whole round by himself.
पॉसिबल है.
around the corner. Oh, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Slight whiffs, but Sephiroth got the 6.
Yeah, nicely done. Full Sense were already set up to deal with that mid to B through market. Like they already had a player in the bait corner in market.
Defense map है plus वो लोग बस double sentinel है बे. Double sentinel दर्द दे रहे हैं.
And then you've got both the deadlock.
भाई इसका main counter क्या है पता है क्यों?
Effectively
Suppress करो मारो.
two-way crossfire. There's already 4
Double
players
sentinel दर्द है एकदम
ready
दर्द.
to shut down that mid to B. It feels like despite any comp changes, despite, you know, Velocity trying to throw something a little bit different at Full Sense going into this game, Full Sense have just had perfect reads thus far. Like, there really is just nothing
हो
that
जाए
Velocity
एक
have done
A
that have
split हो
really
जाए.
thrown them off at all.
A split and mid lurk. Let's go.
None whatsoever, right? I mean, even in that round, it was that
Technically, वो लोग का mid weak होना चाहिए.
The first shot, you know, there were flashes and everything.
Technically.
Yeah, you mentioned it. The
Double senticom
the
में.
way that they're
लेकिन
switching
problem
around
ये है
their
कि वो लोग के पास
defensive
ऑफ आ
setups,
चुका है. तो
it's just so
technically
darn
गांड में डाल
impressive.
दो.
Definitely a need a timeout for Velocity at this point.
We'll see what they come up with. Do agree with what the desk said about the experience of this core. It's a direct contrast to what you saw from South Asia's representatives.
अरे main मालूम है,
Ascension. I felt
fast
like
push
the
कर नहीं सकते
Indian
क्योंकि
core
Senti
of
है,
the team,
बराबर.
or the South Asian core of the team
Breach stun
wasn't as
Neon को
rock
help तभी
solid
देगा
as
जब भी
this
कोई
current
बंदा spot
iteration.
होएगा.
You do have players, as mentioned, like
और
Lightning
बंदा
Fast,
spot
like
होते
Russ,
ही
who
बंदा
have
मरेगा
experience in
क्योंकि
Pacific playing on global
वो
to
लोग
join
बस op
SK
है.
Rossi, whereas the imports might not be the names that would be at the tip of your tongue when it comes to Indonesian talent, but they have been grinding this roster all year long, and they've won the last 2 splits of South Asia back to back.
It's a big story. A lot of hope for the team for sure as the
A split
sole
कर रहे हैं,
South
A
Asian
split कर रहे हैं.
reps
मेरा
as
बात
well.
सुना है.
I mean, their representatives last year, you know, went out 7th,
By-
8th place, so
I
hopefully not the
think
same
दोनों
result this
दोनों
time. It is group
दोनों
stage
smoke
after
चला
all.
गया है ना.
We'll kick things off with Rolling Thunder into sight, but no execute just yet. There are thorns as well as roses.
अरे क्या? ये नहीं होना था, ये नहीं होना था भाई.
Successfully off to a sheriff as well. Leviathan then comes in to mop things up.
Yeah, just the Velocity organizing another pretty well-drilled set play. It was the initial A main control. They're contacting up Cat.
भाई सब बराबर था, लेकिन लोलिंग थंडर के बाद अपन पुश कर ही नहीं पाए.
Capitalization off the back of that. By the time you're actually committing to
हाँ,
that site, the
Rolling Thunder खत्म हो गया.
elapsed and you're once again running into the judge. What is that shot on the sheriff from Sephiroth to follow up? That was ridiculous flick onto tree. That is just the kind of raw mechanics that these players on Full Sense have, man.
It's been giving them the consistent performances all throughout.
क्या सीन चैट? चैट positivity
Not
दो.
talking split 3, but
अब ये मारा ऑफर.
it's Potter back towards middle. A big crunch coming out
W
from
combo
Velocity
पे,
this
W
time.
combo पे,
Jeffrey goes
W
huge,
combo,
and it's lightning
W
fast.
combo,
Velocity short with a
W.
double kill.
भाई क्या
Where
स्टन
did
और
all
अल्ट
the
मारा है
Full Sets just
भाई.
go, man?
W
They all
combo
died
था.
like
W.
chickens.
वहाँ पे
I'd
दो बंदे
love
क्यों
to
थे
see
लेकिन?
the replay of that Hunter's Fury.
हाँ? भाई
Great
सेक्सी
adjustment
कॉम्बो
from
था,
Velocity.
सेक्सी
That
कॉम्बो
was
था.
the same little trap that you've seen from Full Sets previously. What a beautiful
Shot
play from
Begolu.
Velocity Sova. Because that is the exact same setup that
भाई
just shut them
shot
down
मारा
when they tried to
Begolu
go
ने.
mid to B earlier, remember? But this time, with the Hunter's Fury through market,
Combo
tiles to
sexy था,
market is not
combo
something you
sexy
see
था,
too
combo
often, and then
sexy था.
lightning fast with the
उधर
camera.
दो बंदे पिज्जा में क्या कर रहे थे पता नहीं.
Just a lovely little
Let's
adjustment,
dash
but they've
वो
got
किया,
to keep
blind
that
में
up,
शायद.
Pilsky. 1-6 is still not the most satisfying score that you'll have for this first
अच्छा
half.
score है,
Drones
भाई, हेलो.
out now over onto middle.
Yeah, they're gonna. Drones will kiss.
चार round तो
inside
हम
a
लोग
bit
lag
of
हो
the
रहे थे.
Python has copped the stun. Damara not
फास्ट
feeling
मिड ले लिया है.
confident
W
enough to
W
capitalize
W.
that. City
अब वो लोग मिड
playing this
रिक्लियर
one
करेंगे.
slowly, waiting
तब तक
for some
अपने को
kind of
किधर और
reaction
space
from
लेना
Full
पड़ेगा.
Sense, which won't be granted.
Shot.
Be granted towards B main for now at least. Operator suddenly make noted.
I mean, this is just not something that you'd ever see. An op inside B main on the lurk, and you're just walking in, caught completely off guard.
भाई वो लोग को
Still have
पता
the
है
sheer
ना
wall at least, though. But it's going to be Market, the main point
भाई
of
बंदा
contention.
मार रहा है
Arpinia pushes in towards main.
भाई
but no
क्या
chance
ब्लाइंड
to
दिया
pull out
बे
util.
सेक्सी
It's going to be Velocity
Sexy.
able to kick things into high gear onto the site.
बड़ी
Damara
मार
slows
डमारा
things
मार
down just a bit to kind
मार
of
गोलू
offset Sephiroth's rhythm, and unfortunately, that's where Full Sense goes down. Potter gonna have to
भाई
run off
अच्छा
the
खेला
save.
रॉसी ने
Nicely done. Velocity starting
B
to
main पे
make
दो
some
मार दिए
adaptations, starting to get rolling a little bit.
बिग डिक रॉसी
Dealt well with the mid setup in the previous
गोलू
gun
मार
round.
रहा है
This
गोलू
gun
मार
round,
रहा है
I
लेकिन
mean, the
चैट
slow walk through B main with the op. Rossi's only got 2 kills.
बार
but
बार
he's
यही
a-
करना
sorry,
पड़ेगा
3
मिड
kills,
लो
but he's
जो राउंड
effectively
मिड
won
नहीं
them
लिया
that
ना
round, punishing that mid
अंडी
round
मंडी
aggression
गाली
in B
दूंगा मैं
main. You know, it's a pretty common protocol nowadays where
ये
your
स्लो
B
खेलेगा डेडलॉक का वॉल भी गया
players will aggress into B main in the mid round where you don't have too
Binks
much
भी मिलेंगे
information to
slow
just try
खेलेगा
to
तो
isolate that duel on the lurker. But up against an op, that's just free pickings.
मार 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 ऑफ
It's definitely a welcome sight. Especially when
ऑफ
it's an
करेगा
a weapon which Rossi is familiar with for sure.
मार मार
Didn't
डमारा
have too much of a go ahead from the previous year, but here we go. Finally locating Potter and managing to rob that away with a knife kill to boot.
Already sending a message. Here's Damara. Saw it in the highlight there that he has got about 14 games on the Neon in the last little bit. And I think the next highest played duelist was like 3 or 4 reps. So he's wanting to try to drown that agent as much as possible. And you can see he's confident with the movement to get in there for the nice little right click. It's going to definitely start to lift the spirits of Velocity here after a slow start.
Certainly could translate to more rounds, maybe. We're going to see an op
kill
challenge
पे जैसे ही
both angles. Potter's got the advantageous one for now, though. But at the same time, just a slight pump
और
fake
वो लोग
over
6 राउंड
towards
के
bottom
लीड
mid.
में
He's trying to bait out the sheer wall,
हाँ
but potentially going to walk into the op.
6-2 है प्लस वो लोग
That's where
सिटी में
Potter's going to have so much to do. Needs to be able to react quickly if he is to
Five
stay
men
alive
भी
and
जा
get
रहे
out, possibly. Cloudburst in, manages to tailwind away. The flashpoint spent. Here comes Laz.
Oh,
and an
miss कर
attempt
दिया
to
उसने,
retrade, but no,
W.
Russ is right on top of it. Hunter's Fury instantly ripped to try to stop
भाई
them, but
नुस्सी
it's not
उसने
happening.
मिस कर
Velocity
दिया
will barrel
लाज
on
ने
through.
They're really controlling the pace of this game.
भाई
Beautiful
गांड
breach
फट गया
kill
था
there for us to set up Damara to just punish any kind of
इतना
attempt
रिस्की
to
खेला
scurry
अभी
back
VLT
out of
जीत
B
गया
main there.
जीत गया तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है
And now Rossi's got
शॉट
Market
शॉट
as well.
शॉट
Another shot echoing throughout this entire site. It's a message to Apinia and Leviathan that you do not want to pass this threshold over onto B.
हाँ ऑफ करना
Back
था
off.
पटर भाई
It's our time now.
Yo, what year is it, Quack? We're
भाई
scared of
वो
SK Rossi's up
spike
again.
में
He's back.
स्लाइड करके वो
Like, I
एक्सक्यूज
can't even
मी
remember, like 2021 or something like that. Everyone was like, this guy is insane on the op.
लॉन्ग टाइम
You know?
it's been a long time
Current year, 2025.
And we
Full
have the
Sense
stage
is
from the
running
previous
from
map
the
too.
hills. Yeah, I know. What is going on?
Okay,
Arpinia.
Arpinia though.
Oh, we picked it up. Yeah, there we go. All right, all good. We've
In
recycled
time.
it back
in
to Rossi.
this VLT
Man,
Ascension
Velocity
players are
are
not
very
playing
impressed with these
on
last couple of rounds.
the new
I love
patch
what they're
old
doing.
patch only
Beautiful flashpoint to push that op off the
No.
line, and these are the kind of things. I mean, that's fantastic from Damara as well. Catches the updraft from the jet, trying to get back into sight. These small little timings, and it's something that Big Time talked about.
Nostalgia
I
और
don't think
है
the hard
सबको
reads or the initial start to this game is what impresses me about the way that Velocity is playing, but it's more just the agents and the way
ये अभी
that
पैसे
they're
के वांदे
executing
शायद
their game plan that you can tell is making full sense.
I think
very
पैसे के
uncomfortable.
वांदे
You're not ready for a flashpoint on that angle into B main to push your op off the line. You're not ready for the shove up middle to be able to
भाई ये
take out
सबके
your
पास है बे
sheer
ये
3 seconds into the round off the Neon. It's the fact that it's
Thailand
kind of
का
this unique style
रस के
with
पास भी
agent
है
that you don't usually see. Therefore, you're not ready for the routines and the protocols that Velocity is throwing at you, and those little micro.
FS कहाँ की टीम में घर की क्योंकि घर जाने वाले हम लोग शहर के बाद
Pretty hard, I actually have to say.
It's true. Not to mention that little pump fake as well. I mean, the recovery is nice, but they have to keep it going. It still is a 3-6 for now. I mean, if they can actually take this map win as well, that would already be quite the statement to make. You know, it's a different performance as compared to what they had in their grand final for the South Asian Ascension qualifier. But for now, back into it. This is Full Sense's timeout. Let's see if it does convert. over to a dub.
And this is immediately some change-ups from Velocity. We see Madeline,
Wall
you know,
किधर
sitting
डाला
at the
उसने
backside
BP
of B,
डाला?
lining up some kind of crazy lineup.
Mid low,
And
mid low,
triple
mid low.
peak posting out towards bottom middle. Just going to allow Velocity to start contacting up Cat.
भाई कुछ नहीं है बे वो लोग का mid में
Into this
यार.
round, Velocity are very much expecting some kind of aggression
इतना
here
passive
from
खेल रहे हैं वो
Full
लोग.
Sense. But they won't bite. So Madeline, I'm just curious where this dart is going. I think that's into wine, right? So does that
वो
look
नहीं
like
है.
a set
Tree?
dart into the site. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be the wine take. Yeah. Into A main. So that's been taken by Velocity. All picked up yet again. We've seen this a couple of times from them in the early round.
कुछ infinity
30
मिला रहे
seconds
कौन से?
elapsing. This has been a very slow round, and they still do have this up on the attacking side, which begs the question, how does this round look when it's finished? Because they are really running the clock down
ये
here.
बॉल जाने वाला है. W. वो लोग ऐसे दिखा रहे हैं कि B होने वाला है.
Hectic to pick up. Full
Rotation
Sense are
आ
still
रहा है.
controlling the map. You mentioned the recon from before. They smoked that off. You also have this barrier mesh. Down to the last few seconds, and then they break it. Sonic Sensor slows them down though.
Control smoke दिया
Affords
Omen ने.
time for Full Sense to get the rotations in. Look, they set the paranoia as well, Pilsky.
भाई deadlock का ult भी
Still
है
trying to break
चाहे.
their way out at least. Velocity.
20
Trudging
second है. Fnatic भाई.
Annihilation just makes them feel so scared. They can't
15
find
seconds.
safe entry onto site. Now Potter over onto main. Crosshair thrown off. They escape the Annihilation. Sephiroth for a couple of shots.
Fnatic
And
के
that
40.
unfortunately will be all that Full Sense can get. A successful spike
कितना बाप
take.
खेला ये
Site
round.
take and a spike plant. Laz now
बाप
out
खेला.
from the top of heaven. Does have Steel Garden, maybe a flash, but needs to shoot down so much more. Madeline will not have it.
जरा भी
Velocity
tension नहीं आ रहा
out to a
था.
fourth.
Wow.
Easy round.
Like they are really just playing this game of Ascent at their own pace. They don't feel too much pressure there. Like
Mr.
I'm
will be
looking at the
proud.
clock that whole round back. I'm like, bro, there's 15
Shot by
seconds to go.
Golu by
And Full Sense have got
Golu
full
by
stack on the A site. This
by
round is over, right?
Golu
Like they are
by
going to choke.
Golu
They're not going to
hai
be able
bhai.
to put the pieces together. But they execute that A split perfectly. Even when they get caught by the Annihilation,
Plus
there's
वो
no
लोग चार
panic.
बंदे थे.
They just
चार
came
बंदे
in
थे वो लोग.
together as that clock really started to dwindle
चार
down.
बंदे थे.
And I mean, the timeline says it all here. 4 rounds in a row from Velocity. The calling has been phenomenal.
एक और timeout?
And Full Sense just
Nah.
do not seem to have the answer, even post timeout.
Tech pause रहेगा.
Now,
Nah,
to imagine
bro.
that's a little bit of experience. I am definitely impressed and tickled by the past 4 rounds that
6-6
Velocity
होएगा.
picked
I
up.
think
A
7-5.
slight tech pause for a gear issue to get fixed, but at the same time, you have to be admiring, how this has gone back and forth.
Comeback तो
between
मारा है
both teams.
बेचारा अपन ने.
I mean, it's their own unique take on how they want to, play this map. Every single time we say it coming into Ascension that
How
South
many
Asia
international players
is the
allowed?
region, as mentioned by Morgan on the desk, that finishes before a lot of the
पता
other
नहीं.
regions. It gives you some time
तीन
to
शायद, ना?
watch how the other teams
Ascension में.
play and maybe prep something special. But it also gives you a lot of time
तीन या चार.
to flip your comps to completely change up your style. You go back and look at what Velocity was doing on this map unsuccessfully in South Asia with the standard comp, and now they bring something fresh that's working really well here.
Well, this time at least, though, Full Sense wanting to take the fight to them.
दो
Picking
दो
up
क्या?
more Blade Storm at the ready for Potter.
Ascension में दो है.
In response from Velocity, just working together as a unit. Drone will go up short, trying to pull some
मेरे को
tension
लगा
as some
Ascension के
interest over
पहले
towards A,
दो
while the
है.
rest of
मतलब
Velocity
जो
work their
qualifiers
way into
खेलते
middle,
हैं.
but the
उधर दो
updraft
है
here from
सिर्फ.
Potter could be deadly.
He listens out for the flash first, and there he goes. Oh,
यार,
right off the
smoke कर ही
rip.
गया.
Cracked one skull. Can he find more, though? That's the question. Tailwind
W?
unfortunately expires, and no shots connected just yet. Madeline maybe a bit of chip damage, but that's it. Leviathan to hold out towards the back, but Russ quickly to trade off, and now you've got options.
The flash and the space
जाएंगे
is so
किधर?
clean from
Smoke
Velocity.
करनी है.
They are working slowly, but methodically together. Eyes on Opinia inside a B main, naught but a sheriff to his name. Has to go huge here for Full Sense.
Madeline को ये मारना पड़ेगा.
Goes in for the tap. Second shot will do the trick. Now weapon retrieved as well. Maybe slowed down for the time being, but still, SK Rossi
निकाल
toward a
सकते हैं.
force
अपने
trying to
में तो
block
ऑफ है
off
वैसे.
rotations.
Alt भी है.
all the
निकाल
way out
सकते हैं.
from
निकाल सकते हैं.
spawn.
निकाल सकते हैं.
Russ
Smoke
does
नहीं है,
have
लेकिन-
Rolling Thunder as well.
Yeah, picked up off the back
Alt
of the plant. Rossi
OP.
playing for
Alt
Storm
OP.
with the op out.
And you go all for out, Pilly.
Bye. Rossi,
Grab
Pel.
net
Pel
spotted.
Rossi.
So Rossi
Shot.
knows
एक
exactly
और.
where to
उधर ही aim
look.
लगा. उधर ही aim
He
लगा.
lands the shot
Pel
with
एक और.
precise accuracy. Not the second one
ये
though.
मार सकता था.
A slight chance. An opening for
Chal
full
ne
sets
after
to come in
shock hai.
strong on the
Heavy deal hai.
retake.
Heavy
Russ
deal hai.
looking to
After
slow
shock.
them down further. Laz
W
caught in his trap, but
way.
able to stick onto the
निकाल
spike
लिया ना?
at least. Aftershock's going to dissuade it. But now they go
Bye,
back.
निकाला,
Oh,
निकाला.
Russ, he's just playing around the corner.
निकाला बे.
Sephiroth getting the shot
Chat.
at the end, but at that
But
point,
chat, W
no
खेला.
time for the defuse.
W खेला भाई.
That's just bloody brilliant.
जैसे after
In the
shock
back of the
मारा
side
ना
there,
निकाल लिया बे.
Fault line plus the aftershock
W
to
खेला.
force them off of the defuse.
है
Steel
है
Garden comes
है
in for
chat
full sense. They're
है
expecting to be able to waltz
है.
back into the site, but they overlook the fact that the two of the forces pulled out from Rossi. That does not count as a primary weapon. You're still peeking straight into an op. And that's a 5th round in a row
क्या
for
कोच भी
Velocity.
लाइक 3v2 इतना स्लो गोड बे अरे
Zowie clutch for sure. One more to tie up the score, Billy.
He main taken once again from Velocity. That's not ideal.
Aye, aye.
Sit, have a sit down, Sephiroth. Calm down, brother. One's
Go
gonna
on,
be
hang
pushing
back.
off the back of that. That's prepping the after.
चलेगा चलेगा मतलब
once again, Rossi kind of on the lurk.
टेक्निकली देखो हिंदी में गाली दिए मतलब किसको मालूम नहीं रहेगा कि क्या बोला करके समझ रहे हो फाइन नहीं पड़ने वाला है अपने को हाँ
This is just Russ calling it to perfection as well. Aftershock at an angle to swing out. Sephiroth able to take down the first though. It's a slide in from Damara though. And that's quickly dealt
जाओ
with.
जाओ 5 मैन जाओ
Blockade set up.
जितना भी राउंड हारे ना 5 मैन हारे एक जीते थे जिधर उसने विफ किया था
Yeah,
बस
they were really just trying to force full sense into that A main fight, but didn't necessarily get to take the fight on the terms that they were looking for. Deadlock wall starting to fade out. 40 seconds on the clock as Rossi looks for a pick with the op.
Will he have the right angle though? Sonic sensor as well, and from the previous contest, you are already aware
मेरी
that there
गांड
are
फट गई डेडलॉक ओपन
three
में करके
possible hostiles on this A side.
दरवाजा
From
बंद
the
है
shadows clears, which might give Full Sense a better
अरे
idea of
क्या
where
नाइफ है
Velocity are. Trying to find another avenue of entry out towards the top.
Oh!
Heaven, they peek
भाई
together. They
विश कर रहे हो
This is
लोग
Sephiroth, low HP, alongside Arpena towards the bottom of hell.
भाई ये राउंड कैसे जीते 3 बादाम पार
All on to Laz.
हेलो
Rose equipped. That's all he's got. Slowly slicing the pie.
जैसे भी जीता मजा आ गया चैट
But Rossi.
जैसे भी जीता मजा आ गया
The headhunter Velocity
Huh?
tie up the score.
What am I watching, man? How have they just contacted up cat into tree through
मैं
a
उसने
bloody
मिस कर
window
दिया
and
रे
the door
लिवेटन
3v5
बेचारा
and won that with 15 seconds on the
Shot,
clock? There is
shot,
no
shot.
way that they should be allowed to do that. I have to ask the same question. What are Full Sense doing, Quack?
मेरे को एक बात बताओ ये डमारा उसका याद नहीं दिला रहा है मोनिये जब मोनिये की टीम मार रही थी लेकिन कड़ा कौन हो रहा था भाई अपना हाँ इधर भी मेरे को सेम मेरे को फील हो रहा है सेम मेरे को फील हो रहा है चैट डमारा भाई गलती से भी टाइप मत दबाओ हाँ मोने वाला वाइब्स दे रही है 6-6 भाई मैं बोला था 6-6 होएगा मैं बोला था फुकट मेरे को गाली देते हो तुम लोग भाई अभी अपने पास मोमेंटम भी है सिटी साइड भी है वो पास 2 सेंटिनल है 2 सेंटिनल हाँ कद्दू की एंट्री है वो लोग का Who are we VLT गेम प्ले तो ऐसा हो रहा है मतलब $2 बर्बाद मतलब भाई चोक कर लिया ना लेकिन फुल सेंस 2 राउंड वो लोग निकाल सकते थे
What doing was
कौन
the
बोला था
question
बेइज्जती हो रहा है?
posed towards Full Sense at the end of
भाग
that
गए हो।
first half? Well, we're gonna find
चैट
out
मैंने
now.
अभी
Full
तक नहीं
Sense
बोला,
obviously
स्ट्रीम को
attacked
लाइक कर दो।
the
हेलो,
half.
7000 लोग पैंट में हाथ डाले हो।
At the end of that half,
पट
Rossi
से
on the line. It's a double peek into him. Doesn't lose his
ठीक
life
है,
though.
जब तक
Able to
जिंदा है तब तक
rendezvous
ठीक है।
to safety for now, and Full Sense will take mid control. But look at
Gendo
this mid
Fnatic
stack
जैसा
from Velocity
gameplay,
just lying in
गोटी
wait.
Three on the other end. Russ with potential fault line and flash. They will go in
मार
for the
मार
peak.
मार मार, छोड़ना नहीं उसको, छोड़ना नहीं।
As well, just
मार मार,
into the
घुसते रहो।
frame. Russ provides additional fire support, and all of a sudden, Full Sense, they've got to tuck away. Leviathan trying to shoot himself out into a safer angle.
मार,
Smoked off by
मार,
Sephiroth, but still low HP on both ends. Velocity, a couple more dinks, and they could be dead. So having to back off safely.
Full Sense just continuing to push the issue.
वापस आओ mid।
Spotted out by Lightning Fast. There's
Team
still
Black
4
वापस mid
players
आओ।
here from Velocity, and they want to fight. They're all going to swing top mid together. And Full Sense able to bring this down to a one-on-one. It's just Madeline on his lonesome here. He knows exactly where Leviathan was last spotted, and he's one sheriff shot away from death.
So choosing to pick the angle towards the back. A sheriff shot straight through the torso.
Bye.
That's all he needs, and there
Madeline,
he will
I
find
love
it.
you.
That was a bullish response from Full Sense, Philly.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to take the fight straight to Velocity, straight up the guts into middle, but they got more than they bargained for. This breach utility just continues to find value. It's a bloody breach masterclass from Russ here on a set.
भाई ये अपनिया बंदा बहुत मार रहा है।
Heads up play from Velocity. They're just playing together as a pack fantastically.
हाँ?
Starting from that attacking side, but even in the mid round,
अपनिया बंदा बहुत मार रहा है भाई।
that's their 7th round in a row now.
It's definitely brilliant. The IGL for sure. You can already see that experience coming into aid Velocity. Next round up, they're buying everything, so no money man this time, but just the setups over towards A main.
Thank you for always entertaining
Full
God Banks.
Sense
Love you,
hoping to
Raj.
explode.
लव यू मेरी जान करते हैं। मार 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 मार
Simple shot
मार।
from
कॉम्बो दे
Damaro,
दिया,
though,
कॉम्बो
yeah.
दे दिया
It's
भाई,
coming through with
कॉम्बो
some
दे दिया
additional
भाई।
smokes, and look, the aftershock as well.
कॉम्बो दे
Philly.
दिया।
SK Rossi manages to silence the player out by B main 2, which means Leviathan.
नियॉन ने स्टन
He's
मारा,
got to pull those
ब्रिज
thumbs
ने
out.
आफ्टर शॉट।
Gonna go around the corner
भाई
and
लगे हुए वो
fire
लोग के
squad right
चैट,
on the
अपन
other end.
कॉम्बो दे रहे भी
Just
उनके
straight
मुंह पे।
into the high low. That's brilliant from Velocity.
चैट हैशटैग के
And I know
साथ
watching
लग
at
गए,
home,
अपन
like, I was talking
प्रॉपर
about it earlier
यूटिल्स
with
डाल
the
रहे
Sage Storm,
एकदम।
but you're looking at Full Sense getting flushed
ये
out of a
देखो, ये
corner,
देखो
like 3
stun।
players stuck by a relay fault line with an aftershock to flush them out. It looks silly from an objective perspective, but you guys have to remember that Full Sense have played against every comp but this comp 100 scrims for the last however many months on Ascent. And they have never played against this. They're doing all the routines that they're used to playing against the standard meta style. And when it comes down to it, when you have to adapt to what the other team is throwing at you and what kind of util they're offering, what kind of questions they're asking you in the game, it can be quite hard to do.
क्या लगता है मेरे हिसाब से क्रॉस करके
I can't remember the last time I saw a
क्रॉस
breach on a
करके
set,
बैठेगा
but,
और
well,
एक हिट मार के ही निकलेगा।
off to the next round now. It's going to be the full buy coming out from Full Sense. Already finding a little bit of contact and trying to scale up through mid.
चैट बोला था
Great
कि नहीं
mark, we'll
मैंने?
keep them in check for now. Rossi is as deep as he can possibly be.
मैं बोला था
Inside
कि
of B
नहीं?
main here.
I know
Trent spots out
Rossi
the
better than
trademark.
Rossi
Dark cover to
himself.
top middle will be cleared. This is just Full Sense seeing what Velocity will do in reaction to this tickle on middle. Very much still in a default formation are the attacking side, but now
Neon Bridge combo.
looking to pressure towards Catwalk.
Very careful and cautious
40
clearing as
सेकंड।
well. Scouting, I should say, with the defensive setups.
लेकिन
The
वो लोग अच्छे
paranoia
साइड
just
पे जा रहे
completely
हैं,
turns
बी
them
साइड पे
away.
जा रहे हैं वो लोग।
It's just Rossi at B. That's it. And it's going to be a mid to B. It's got a lot of work to do here.
Maybe you can make it
Rossi
through
एक
from
को ही मार
market
पाएगा,
since
दो
Rossi's
को
all
नहीं
the way
मार पाएगा,
deep
और
inside of
TP
B
भी नहीं
main.
मार पाएगा Rossi।
2 players on the other end though, and he's going to start to push on up, hearing footsteps from behind. Unfortunately, gunned down against Laz.
देखा
And then
यही
Madeline
सीन था।
sneak through,
उसका
hoping to
टीपी भी ऐसी
put up
जगह
a
पे ना
stronghold
कि
outside of
मिड्स
Boathouse.
मार्केट आए वो
So
टीपी भी
many
नहीं मार सकता
smokes
था
and
वो।
fast lanes though, and it completely
अरे
obscures
यार,
the
ये
vision
अपना
for Full
बंदा।
Sense. Arpinia managing to find a simple crack, and Sephiroth to be able to slip through from
ये
lane as well.
डराचा
Now spike
है
planted.
अन्ना
All they've
का
got to do is to
ये
walk
जगह
down
पर
this one choke
ऋषि
point,
सर
but the
होते
bar
तो
slides
50
onward
रुपए
anyway.
देते
Guardian shot successful.
एक्चुअली
Sephiroth around the
डराचा
corner,
क्या है
slides
गांडू?
recon, providing assistance inside of the smoke. They
Eco
managed
tapan.
to decimate Velocity.
Yeah, lovely attacking
बोनस
side
नहीं
there
बोल
from
सकते
Full Sense.
इको थे अपन
30 seconds.
Bonus
The
नहीं था
praises
अपना
of Velocity's calling on the attacking side, but Full Sense really did call circles around them in that
अरे
round.
कौन है भाई ये
Pressure
बंदा
towards top
यार
middle, clearing for trademark.
इसका
And then,
पोजीशनिंग भी
just
कितना
applying
अच्छा है
pressure,
बे
shoving towards catwalk.
भाई अब
Completely
जीतने
full
गया
rotation
अब अपने को
across
2
towards
राउंड अगर
that
अपन
A
जीत गया ना
side of
बैक
the
टू
map,
बैक
and you don't have a
हैशटैग
proper
के साथ
sentinel
जीजिए हैशटैग
on
के
the
साथ
side of Velocity.
2
So
राउंड
when it's
जीतने का
just SK Rossi on that B side of the map, you're pretty cooked at that point.
हाँ ना अच्छा सेट पे गया
Does
लोग
make things a little bit more tricky. So SK Rossi this time with the op pulled out, he's going down middle.
Gonna have to
Here.
be something that they will
Here.
consider. Dart cover and the dart will push him away. He'll have to chill at pizza for now. Backed well by Russ. As Full
भाई
Sense look to
अभी
work
भी
this
अगर मिड
control
स्मोक आ
again.
गया ना रॉसी पनिश हो सकता है उसका टीपी ऐसी जगह पे जेट
Great
डैश मार
awareness
के
for
मार देगा
now, but can you actually take down SK Rossi though?
Oh.
That rendezvous just allows him to do so much. Double
Oh.
dips in.
भाई
That's now
उसने डैश
Paragon, your
ट्राई
short
भी नहीं
duelist.
किया
What year is it? Like Rossi is absolutely
भाई
annihilating
भर
them with
रहा है
the op right
रॉसी
now.
बे चैट रॉसी
Paranoia
भर रहा
will
है
push the drone away towards catwalk.
लेकिन
Full
जेट
Sense with
ने
only
क्यों डैश
57
नहीं मारा
seconds. Basically relying on some mistakes from Velocity.
Worth the risk.
5-on-3 here.
टीपी मार के
Smoked
गन
off.
आउट कर ही नहीं सकता था वो
And now spotted by Russ. Great awareness in response. Now fully aware as to where Full Sense are located. Window cracked open as well, so just being careful.
आराम
But
से आराम से
as you
5v3
mentioned, Full
देखा हुआ
Sense
है
looking for some slight mistakes, and that might be the first
आराम
one. A
से
second,
3v3
possibly now then
3v3
into A site. Damara trying to
आराम
slow
से
things down with the relay
आराम
bolt.
से
But slowly scouting out
Golu.
that the entirety of site is clear. They are aware that the last one might be inside of
Wow.
hell. Damara's gone! They just turned this 3v5 into a 3v1!
Yeah, Full Sense really just showing Velocity that they can do everything that Velocity
टेक्निकली
did on
अगर
their
देखा
attacking
जाएगा
side.
ना तो हम
The
लोग
contact
जीते
up catwalk in the
टेक्निकली
3-on-5,
क्योंकि
boiling the clock
5v3
down to 10
में
seconds. That's
अपने
exactly
अपन
what
ने
we just
सारे
saw
बंदे
from
मार दिए
Velocity
थे
in the last half. That was just brilliant from Full Sense.
समझ
Punished
रहे हो
every single mistake
और वो
from
लोग का
Velocity.
5v3
Now
में
would be
अपना
their
एक बंदा
second
जिंदा
dub
है
in a
तो
row here to even up
टेक्निकली
the
अगर तुम
scoreline.
देखा जाओ तो देखो ना एक बार
This game is delivering right now.
है कि नहीं
I'm so entertained by everything.
And it's delivering with a different style, a different flavor than you'd usually expect.
1-1
Here
भाई
in
दोनों ने
Asian
थ्रो किया एक
Pacific.
एक राउंड चलता है
APAC Pacific.
अभी भी अपन डिफेंस साइड पे अभी भी अपन डिफेंस
Slower
साइड पे
style. Yeah.
अल्ट भी आने वाला है
APAC, pack.
हाँ?
I don't
नियॉन
know.
का अल्ट आने वाला है
I don't know.
भाई वो लोग अपने नियॉन को काउंटर कर रहे हैं अपना नियॉन मार नहीं पा रहे मेरे को समझ भी नहीं आ रहा है
Nickname. I mean, look, the chamber got a lot of value. Is one of these agents. There's a lot of them. You've got the Waylay, the Yoru, the chamber is another one of them. These are the kind of agents that when you make a mistake, you don't use that extra piece of util. You're going to lose picks moving through the
अनलकी हुआ
map.
अबे वो स्मोक में
And Rossi put them in a winning position, but unfortunately, it's just some brilliance from Full Sense to convert that 3-on-5.
Crazy. Well, Rossi's back at it again. He's got that fire lit under him, especially having spent these past 2 years in Tier 2.
तेरी तो
Spots one out by the barrel. Calls it to... He
अरे गन
actually tried to
तो
go in for
ले
another
हाथ
stroke through,
में
but punished at the end. Russ now back in with the rest of the team to try to dip forward, but Full Sense having some additional added measures out from the top of mid.
बस ब्लड बोलते
He's good for the opening pick, but the re-peak punished heavily.
There.
Oh, lightning fast, pilfering the operator. Spotted out. Full Sense knows exactly what he's up to. He's repping the Global Esports Classic. Got to remember where you came
Nice.
from.
He's had some nasty clashes when he was back on Global as well. but now it's a 1v2 off shots.
Golu.
It's all he's got. Oh, slowly clears around the... Oh, made some noise around the thorns. That could be a slight
Golu.
tell for Potter, who is the Jet after all. Still
Golu.
being cautious
आवाज
though
दे दिया, आवाज दे दिया,
against
आवाज
an
दे
up.
दिया।
Wraps back around the other
अरे,
end.
चलेगा, anti.
Wild swing coming through and quickly but swiftly dealt with.
टेक्निकली तो बहुत बड़ा जिक्सर है
Starting to get
एक्सक्यूज
back on the
मी
horse. 3 in a row here on this attacking side. Slowly but surely starting to
और
build up
पाएगा
some
क्या?
more confidence.
My God.
भाई हाथ पे मारा
Shot
तो
him
भी
with the
मरता बंदा
pinkies. Unlucky. does have the tour de force. Yeah, man. Sometimes you get your fingers jammed in the
एक
car
किल
door,
मार के
happens
लोग
to the
रिसेट
best
क्यों
of
नहीं
us.
हुए बे लेकिन
It's not a pleasant thing
जब
to
गन नहीं है
experience. Chamber ops online here though. Quick
guy.
set play into A main. Damara forcing his way all the way
Shot
down. Catches Leviathan
बे
straight through the wall.
भाई उसने
No
स्टन
time
भी
to
देखा
get out of dodge,
हाफ
and the
स्टन
rest of
दिया
full sets
उसने
picking up the pace into B
जगह
now.
बनाने का ताकि हमारा डायरेक्ट पुश कर दे
That could
W?
really slow things down, and there he goes. What a shot! Now into Russ and the rest of the team
That's
as
sick.
well. Back from spawn,
आज
back
तक
from
मैं डेडलॉक
stairs.
अल्टी लगते हुए नहीं देखा
Sephiroth,
है
the only one who managed to make his way into sight, having to deal
Bye.
with the entire
Wow.
भाई we are
force of
back
velocity.
अभी अपने
No
पास अल्ट
chance.
देखो
The score
we
is
are
tied up.
fully
Again,
back
that's
chat
just another beautiful
We are
usage of
fully
this
back.
here on a set play down A
I
main.
think अपने पास नियॉन अल्ट है अपने पास
Can't
ब्रीच
get away
अल्ट है
from Leviathan. You're caught by the fault line, and then this off angle from Logs is not something you usually beat.
है
The fact that you lost your Sova on the other side of the
भाई
map
मजाक से
makes full
हटकर
sense feel like they need to speed up
Rossi
and
को
they need to just
aggro
hit
नहीं
that big
खेलते
side.
हुए
And
देख
surely
के ना अच्छा
you're
लग
not
रहा
playing against a proper sentinel. You're not
Actually,
worried
W
about the
position.
Vice Wall. You're not worried about Cypher Trips, so you could just go straight into lane there. But that's when you get
पुराना
punished
Rossi
by
रहता
these dirty little
aim and
off
peek
angles and
लेके
these
अभी
rendezvous TPs.
मारता मारता
Now they're
मारता
doing it again, but this time over onto B main. Rolling Thunder into Relay Bolt with overdrive. Spots out Laz. Completely throws Full Sense once more into disarray. They're feeling that pressure to push in the A site because of this Pilly.
Oh,
Same thing as
close,
before,
close.
just different parts of the map.
ये कौन
Lightning
check करेगा?
fast, slide off angle, able to catch on to
किसकी
Arpenia
तरफ
as well. Complete and
Shot बे
SK Rossi.
भाई
Another
क्यों
kill
मारा
confirmed.
है
2 targets
इसने
left, and they've been spotted. Tamara just making some extra noise. The door's been shut. Maybe lulling Full Sense
भाई
in a false sense
उसका
of
सिर्फ
security
बाल
where they
दिखा
can
रहेगा पता है
kind of sneak through the
Chat.
spike plant, but that takes time. Allows for Tamara to sprint forward into the depths of hell. Leviathan drags him
Report कर
down.
दूंगा।
Sephiroth finding a couple of shots too, but up for the top of heaven. They run out of ammunition. Team Ace out from
Golu's
velocity.
consistency is crazy
Just
जब भी
again,
मौका
exactly
मिला है
like you
परफॉर्म
said,
किया गोलू
the
एक्शन
same set play on the other side of the map with the
Action में,
breach
plus
ult
one.
completely catches Full Sense and
Plus one.
pushes them into the op setup on that A side of the map. Absolutely beautiful. The aftershock to force that
उसका
solo
किल दिखाओ
lurker
ना
out.
रॉसी का
This map has
ओहो
been prepped
हेयरकट
to
दे दिया बे
perfection
उसने
by
हेयरकट
Velocity. The game plan is gorgeous to watch. It's
बोला ना
so
बाल
off
दिखा
meta.
रहेगा
Like who even plays breach
कभी
Neon
हाथ पे
anymore?
मार रहा है कभी बाल पे मार रहा है
Apparently
इसको पता ही नहीं क्या हो रहा है भाई
And I'm loving it. Show me more.
Huh?
You know, funnily enough,
Fulsins
this
को पता ही
is
नहीं कहाँ से
quite
मार रहा है
similar to the comp and the style that they play on Lotus. You know, it kind of reminds me of when Noxian was also kind of copy pasting their same style onto different maps and try to make it
ये
work.
लास्ट टाइम आउट है
Sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't quite fit, but in this case, I'm loving this from Velocity. Another timeout forced out by Full Sense. It's this is just the exact.
भाई
kind of
ये
comp
मैप
that
हम
I'm
लोग
gonna
जीत
be
गए तो
very
जीत गए ना
impressed
सेकंड
if
मैप
they can
अपना है
make the
चैट
adjustments that they're going to need to be able to
Huh?
beat it. Because these are the kind
इजी
of
2-0
things that
क्या
once you've seen it, once you can prep it, you've seen some tape, it can be a little bit easier to overcome. But on
गुड
the fly,
गुड भाई चीचा चीचा लाइफ में क्या चाहिए चीचा बताओ हाँ 10-15 घर ले रहे हो 10-15 गाड़ियां ले रहे हो 10-15 अवार्ड्स भी ले रहे हो अभी 150 का मेंबरशिप आता है चीचा 150 का कोई नहीं यार कोई नहीं एक दिन
Possibly that's why for these early Sentinel utilities.
फॉर्मेट समझा ना लोरू
this is
तू
hilarious.
लोरू
Like they're just sitting back at B main waiting for some kind of set play to
फंसेगा
come out
कहता
for the first 20
आज
seconds
फंस
of the
सकता है
round.
मूड
This
में
is their
तकल
adaptation. They have got some real trauma built
आज
up
फंस
from the
सकता है
last couple
पॉसिबल
of
है
rounds, Quack.
How could you not though?
वेल्ट जीती ये मैप तो मेंबरशिप
Recon,
गिफ्टिंग
you gotta do your
डांसिंग
due
डांसिंग
diligence now.
भाई जिसको नहीं मालूम
Just
चीचा
gonna
1000
like
गिफ्टेड
throw
के
PX
नीचे
at
बात
them
नहीं
and
करते
see if Velocity can hold it.
चीचा ओपन द चैट स्पैम कर दो
Look at the check from Velocity as well. Just
तेरा
testing
भाई
the
भी कर
waters,
लेगा
dipping
अभी
your toe in a little bit. Trying to bait out the utility as well. Relay bolt smokes. More shot.
लेकिन
darts.
ये लोग का ही मैप है
Slow pacing from full
ये
set.
अभी
They're really
VLT का
just
मैप
trying
है
to trade down
डिफेंस में है ना
utility.
और वो
Bait
लोग
out
डबल
some kind
सेंटर
of
के साथ क्या
reaction.
अटैक करेंगे पता नहीं एक तो डेडलॉक है वो लोग में
Hello. Drone going to spot out a couple of fellas. Chilling in A main, B main, rather. Drone from Full Sense will go up through middle, but, you know, the game plan hasn't changed. They still just want to rip the Steel Guard and an exec B here.
क्या इसका कुछ है आंसर? ब्रिज का स्टन और वो सब है भाई, मस्त टन दिया है, मस्त रिकॉन दिया है, मस्त टन दिया है, फुल डिले किया है, मारना है बस अभी. W एक और मार डमारा, एक और मार, तू मार रहा, मार भाई, क्या डीप ब्रो. ब्रिजस्टन, नियॉन स्टन, रिकॉन, पूरा स्टील गार्डन का.
Sets do not have the answer here, Clack.
बैंगन पकड़, excuse me.
Input, the timeout. We're waiting outside B main for these set plays. We're waiting for every little extra bit of utility to try to kick off this B split.
भाई
The game plan was
W
very
किया है,
clearly
W
just,
delay
if we
किया.
can get a B execute off, if we can rip the Steel Garden and get it to the B site, then surely we're going to win the round. And that didn't work
Chat
either.
वो लोग इको है,
This
match
game
point.
is so over, man.
मैच पॉइंट चैट अपना पहला गेम, अपना पहला मैप, वो भी वो लोग का मैप पिक.
For velocity if they make this one successful, but here comes Potter with the blades, able to get the first one. Updrafts to try to extend his life, but Damara's not going
उधर
to
कॉम्बो हो गया वापस.
Wow.
Flashes out from Russ as well. Oh wait, no,
Bloody
that's
aftershock,
है, आपको
bro.
कॉम्बो समझा नहीं
He's
पहले
just
वाले
killing,
में.
he's killing them with breach util. This is gorgeous.
alongside the stuns as well.
भाई क्या हो गया फुल सेंस को
Breach
लेके?
Neon Ascent, my goodness. Slow peaks coming through from full sense, but
Mar,
it's the
Russ,
off
Mar.
angles that favor
Russ, Mar.
velocity. Slight high
Russ.
low as well because of the stairs.
कौन है किल
Now
लेने
onto
आया?
Leviathan. Position
Sided.
fully noted. I mean, do you really
W,
just rely on
Russ,
the lucky
W.
starter stab? It's not happening. Russ secures map point out for velocity.
Incredible stuff. At one point, guys, they were down 0-6 on this map, having picked that attacking side. And
Not
since
our
then,
map
they've
pick.
gone 12-3 in the last 15
Not
rounds.
our map pick. We are winning
Phenomenal
it.
calling on this attacking side from Velocity. Beautiful
सब
setup.
लोग locked in है,
beautiful
chat.
prep on this defensive side. And
दमारा
it's
भी
been
उठ
an
गया है.
effort by committee. Not
Format
one
समझा
singular
जाओ, जो
player
जीतेगा आगे
is
जाएगा भाई.
carrying Velocity.
Simple
It is all
format.
beautiful prep, game plan, calling, and every single player stepping up where it's needed.
भाई दो
Even slight moments of improvisation as well. Last chance
MVP
for full
players.
sense now.
एफएस के दो लोग एमवीपी प्लेयर्स है बे, ओमेन और डेडलॉक. 19
Works
स्किल
in
पे
control.
जीत रहे हम लोग
Well,
हैं.
to start this off, man. Potter has had an absolute shocker here
हाँ,
to start things off.
किल तुम लोग ले लो, ये लो हम
their way
लोग को दो
around in
भाई.
Drone will go up. Will once again.
भाई लेकिन
spot the
एक्चुअल में
trademark,
उसने बहुत
confirming
प्यारा
that the
खेला
chamber
भाई.
is in towards B,
अपिन्या
I believe, spotting the
अपना
rendezvous in the corner of
अपना भाई
market. So they
अपना
know
भाई
that
अपना भाई
Ross is
बोलेंगे.
hanging around in B main here. The question is
अपना
what
भाई
are they gonna do about
एक्चुअली
it?
बहुत बाप खेला. एजेंट थोड़ा
They'll
सा,
avoid him. Head towards A.
मैं हमेशा बोलता रहता
Test the
हूँ,
setup between Light and
एजेंट
Fast
थोड़ा
and
सा
Tamara.
वैसा है.
Yeah, they want none of it. Rossi having found the successful shots before. Now short smoked off though. And you're backed in the mid once again.
Yeah, Russ has just been biding his time here with a full belt to util.
हाँ,
Jump spots up.
पकड़.
Pulls out the
Pakad
utility
Russ.
to try to slow them down, but it's just a flash. So nice little pickup from full
पकड़
sense.
किसके लिए रहा था लेकिन?
Can they convert it to more?
Flank from Damara. He's sprinting up top middle. How is Laz ready for that?
भाई मैं
Must have heard the
गाली
sound.
दे दूंगा, उठ गया
Just lightning fast now.
तो. गोलू बोलते.
Utility smokes in. Spots over onto Potter, but
Entita.
full sense. Managing to find some good devastating kills against Velocity into the spike plant.
एक सेकेंड, अपना बंदा अल्ट ऑर्ब से एक ऑर्ब दूर है और सोवा ने प्लांट किया है. हेलो,
Headhunter 3K.mp4.
Titled
Rifle in hand
Ascension Pacific. Would be sick.
व्हाई डिडंट पर्शिया प्ले टुडे?
Yeah,
क्योंकि वो
yeah,
प्रिंस
no,
के
of
साथ
course.
बाहर गया ना.
Yeah, that's going in
प्रिंस
the
ऑफ
recycling
पर्शिया,
bin.
समझा
All
तू
good.
जोक?
It was worth a try.
भाई कास्टर भी
Worked
ऐसा
by
है.
Full
लव
Sense.
यू
They just
यार.
catch Russ in spawn there, juggling a whole lot of util. He didn't know what piece of util he wanted to throw out there, and by the time he figured it out, he was already dead.
सारे अकेले अकेले मरे ना चाहे ये रहो भाई एक टाइम आउट अपन भी ले सकते हैं क्या प्लीज रिस्क नहीं
Full Sense just need to keep it calm and collected. They just
ले
need
लो
2
ना घर
rounds
पे
in a
लेके
row.
जाओगे क्या टाइम आउट ले लो ना
They've already seen a lot of what
Godsplit भाई वो कर रहे हैं मेरे
Velocity
हिसाब से
has to bring on this defensive side here.
गॉडस्पिड भाई मेरे हिसाब से वहाँ
They
पे
can just figure it out
वन
for
पीस
2 more
कार्ड्स
rounds, and there's a
अनबॉक्सिंग
real good chance that they can figure this out in OT. This is cute from Velocity though. They've thrown that full commit, full set of util across A main, but not sent the neon. They're really just trying to condition Full Sense to react to that. The problem is that Sephiroth has
भाई
been
अपन
posted up here since the start of the
इतना
round, so
है
we've seen no neon come
retake
crashing
heavy
through
खेल
to
रहे
take that
अपन
A main control. Drone through B. Will spot out the trademark. Broken nicely there by Leviathan. Full Sense now considering the fact that they want to re-clear A main.
Very silently as well.
Not a big fan of the retake idea without the breach ult.
Lightning Fast has no idea, just the angle held. Orb kind of gives it away in time for the smoke to get set up, but he's already spent the paranoia as well. So this just might come down to
तो वो आ तो
kills.
गया है वैसे
Opts to play the safer angle and
वो
pull
लोग
rotations from the
चोक कर लिया
team
बे
over to
वो लोग
site.
पास एक टाइमिंग था घुसने का
3-man rotation here. Annihilation is there as Full Sense pulling the trigger on this site execute. Annihilation won't hit anything, but they'll take the A site control and get that spike down.
Barrier mesh up as well. More obstacles for Velocity
भाई
to
दो लो
go
दो लो है
through
चैट
if
दो
they
लो
are
है
to find the
दो लो
retake.
है इधर क्या शॉट डाट दो लो है चैट
More of the angle is smoked off as well, but Potter
मरने वाला
dinged
पॉट
down to low and red HP. As soon as the smoke goes off, it's
भाई
a
अच्छा
kill.
बिटाया है बे
Rossi, and also Opinion to slow them down with the grab net. Relay bolt now out from Damara. And for the rest of the team to try to break it through, door
भाई
broken.
डमारा अल्ट में
Full Sense
घूम रहा है
managed to
साइड
kind of
पे
slow them down. Another kill in
सबको
action.
मार सकता है
But Damara
डमारा
goes huge with overdrive. Fast lane up to try to stick the spike onto halfway. And Full Sense doesn't quite know. Waiting for it to go down, and Leviathan able to find the pick at the end.
Nicely done.
भाई अपन ने स्टन
From
अल्ट
Full
मारा था
Sense,
क्या नहीं ना शायद
Kicking off that AXQ with the Annihilation. They're just trying to simplify the game plan a little bit. Wait out any kind of tricks that Velocity might throw at them. It's a nice attempt with the breach util. I like that vault line in towards Heaven side. They know that Full Sense might try to disrupt them. But there was
don't
many
think so,
more
अपन ने
layers to
मारा
that
था।
post plant than that for Full Sense. One more round to secure
जब भी आपके
overtime
पास
here.
इतना यूटिल है अपन नियॉन स्टन
You are going to see
ब्रिज
attack
स्टन
timeout
सोवाल्ट
here for Velocity. Both
Omen
teams
blind.
working their way through all of their
सब एक साथ
timeouts.
डाल के घुस
You'll see
सकते
that a
थे
lot more here at Ascension. I mean, this game is the perfect
Full util
example
dump,
of it.
क्योंकि वो लोग
There
ने
are
बहुत
just so
util
many
waste किया
different
घुसने के
teams
लिए
from different regions with completely different styles coming here into Ascension. And it takes a while to kind of figure it all out. To be successful in the Pacific region, in
बोला
APAC,
था एक
you
राउंड
have
पहले
to
टाइम
be
आउट
able
लो
to figure out everything. You have to be able to play against every little different kind of funky style and approach that these teams have from these
Omen blind
different
नहीं था
regions.
क्यों पहले डाल दिया ना उसने
Since they've made some good adaptations in the last
सोलो
couple
सोलो
of
यूटिल
rounds.
से डाल दिया ये राउंड
That is true. It was 9-12. I mean, to be able to figure it all out so quickly on the fly.
चार
in
बंदे
this
जाओ
group
वापस
stage as
आओ
well,
ऐसा बोला
It's
उसने
just beautiful
और से
Valorant
अकेला खेलेगा बी पे
coming together for Ascension Pacific.
चार बंदे जाओ
A
वापस
huge
आओ
melting pot of it all.
मैंने देखा
Yeah.
वो लोग रॉसी का कॉल नहीं
Judge
सुन
out
रहे
for
चैट
Damara. Up for Rossi. Damara going to take that into A main. And Full Sense, they're not changing anything up post timeout. It's another kind of slower, defaulty round. They're once again waiting for any kind of set plays that you're going to get here early on for Velocity. It's very clear to me that Full Sense feel that if they can slow these rounds down enough, that they'll find the success that they've been looking for. That means that Velocity in this last time out...
यार वो टाइम आउट
like
लेना चाहिए था
people
अल्ट
said,
के साथ पता
if we
है
can slow things, if this round continues to be slow, if we can hold our
आराम
user
से
for the
अल्ट
mid to
के
late round,
राउंड
especially
खेल
playing
सकते
things like
हैं
Omen and Breach, and just get the right relay bolt, the right fault line in the right position late into the round, then we should be able to come up with a dub.
मैडलिन मार
I think the judge
स्मोक में
is a
रैंडम मार
nice approach
किसने
in A
को
main as
कितना
well against
पड़ेगा
an A ending that could really cause some problems if the clock starts to run low for Full Sense.
Yeah,
Too much
something
info.
Full Sense might not really consider. You're always wanting to spend utility to try to retrieve more information. This drone now spots them out by middle.
अरे अरे अरे
For one
बाप रे
player.
मैडलिन बच गया है
Considering their options,
भाई स्विंग करता था ना गया तो
grab their into market. Full Sense shoving their way straight up mid to B. Russ in the back of the site, joined by
भाई वो
Rossi
लोग
on
ने
lane.
heavy
He's feeling
util bait किया
pressured
हैं.
to push his way into the back of the site for now.
Utility evaded.
30 seconds left. There.
In full sense.
भाई ये लोग रुक सकते हैं
Cooking
next
up the
util आने तक
catalyst.
कि ये लोग सीधा
They're
जाएंगे.
cutting noise again, and it always feels so uncertain for velocity at
क्या
some
कर रहे
point.
हो
But
पोर्टर
Rossi
वालों?
spots them out right around the edges.
एक मारना पड़ेगा
Last
इसको.
to answer back. Ruz has to just anchor down towards the
W
back of
Madeline.
boathouse. Buys enough time for Madeline to come back in. Out from middle. Last though, the rest of the team, they just dive in with the shorty. Sephiroth with a shot out of B-main all of a sudden as well. Now here they go with the judge. You talked about it before, and it's going nuclear. A shot from lightning fast. Paranoia, outer kid Sephiroth, and this
Chat, निकल लिया.
might be the
Chat.
round. Velocity, just one more roll, and they will secure it. No overtime on this first match.
Is
and
it?
completely
Damara
throw
ka
full sets in
movements.
for a loop.
You absolutely love to see it.
भाई
The games today have really just been
भाई
defying
एक्चुअल में निकला.
expectations. Nongshim slapped around by Naus early on, and Velocity
भाई मेरी
also
कान
turning
पड़
up
गई
to
थी
this
लास्ट
tournament
राउंड
and
मेरे को
showing
लगा
everyone
कि
that they
हो गया है
are
मित्रों
a pushover that they have spent the
हाँ?
last couple of months prepping
कि
some
रस को उधर
really
एक
funky
मारना था
stuff
लेकिन
that
वो
is gonna be
दोनों
hard
शॉट
to play
आके कूद के
against.
पहल के चले गए और वो गलत
Since
साइड
gonna
पे
be
देख रहा
kicking
था.
themselves that they couldn't secure their map pick here, but there's still the
आओ
rest of the series
चिचा 1000 gifted. W.
Really had so many efforts to
ये
just
भाई
to
ये बे
try to
एक्चुअल
get
में
it
ना
that close. I mean, you talked
ये
about
support.
the adjustments, you know, the
ये
timeout as well. They really took their time with
छोटा
things
मोटा
early.
काम नहीं करता
But
चीज़.
at that end,
ये होता.
my God, it really still is difficult
स्पैम कर दो.
when your opponents come
चिचा
in
पे
with,
स्पैम कर दो
you
चैट.
called it a funky comp. I'm calling it a funky comp too.
जस्ट सेइंग लाइक्स करोगे तो ही मिल सकता है गिफ्टेड मेंबर्स. जस्ट सेइंग. मेरे पास आके बता 3
pushes
मंथ्स.
they're going to be bringing. Because it's a long
मैं अपन
tournament.
2-0 खेल
and, you know,
सकते
as we
हैं
mentioned,
chat.
some of these timeouts, there's a lot of different teams
Chat,
that
we
you're
can
going to have to be
2-0.
playing. And, you know, this kind of style is
1000
great.
gifted.
In the opening portions of the tournament, you're catching a team off guard.
1000 नहीं दे सकता है. मैं 1500 कर रहा हूँ.
You know,
ठीक है
to be able
ठीक है
to go
ठीक है.
deeper into the tournament, you're going to have a lot more in the tank than that. You have to have a lot more looks. Maybe some
टेक्निकली
different
फंसा तो सही.
shots, more in the strat book.
टेक्निकली
But
देखो
I'm
फंसा तो
thoroughly
सही ना.
entertained nonetheless that they've been able to get this
कुछ
initial
में से अच्छा
upset
20.
versus full sense. This is really spicing up this series for me.
Yeah, dude, as am I.
देखो टेक्निकली में
I
जाओ.
just can't help but feel for the coaches. I gotta imagine Coach Lee just having to
अरे
rework
एक्सक्लेमेटरी
quite a
मार्क
bit
क्लेम
for,
नहीं करना है बासुंडी लोग.
full sense if they are to adjust around it. And I mean, for everyone else
सबको बता
watching
दो
back
जो लाइक
home,
नहीं
you
करता
know,
उसको गिफ्ट
this
नहीं
is
मिलता.
just
ऑब्वियस सी
map
बात है
one
वो.
of our
ऑब्वियस सी
second
बात है.
series of the day. We still got
चैट
one
जिस
more
जिसको भी गिफ्टेड
series to
मिला
go
है
after this.
क्या
So
करना है चिचा को
everyone's gotta strap in because there's so much entertaining balance to be
एडरेट
had
करके
right now.
टैग
The way
करके
that this went
छुपा
back and
देना है.
forth
ठीक
with,
है.
you know, a full
OP
was it a
वाला.
6-round win streak at the start
Yeah.
from Full Sense in that
6-0.
first half.
Yep.
And then Velocity does this. Crazy.
Yep. They went 6 in a row after that on the attacking
हाँ
side.
बे
Some-
गलत
some
चौक कर लिए
masterful
वे वो
bowling.
लोग.
Some great attacking sides.
भाई
from
वो
both
लोग
of these
गलत
teams. A
चौक
very,
कर
very
लिए.
slow approach from both of them.
बॉलिंग तो बाप था
Partially
लेकिन
that
ना
comes down to, you know,
ब्रो.
running things like chamber, running things like vice deadlock, but
भाई
most
पॉटर जरा भी
importantly,
नहीं चला
maybe
पता
more
है. जरा भी
excitingly
नहीं
than
चला
what we
वो.
saw in that series. I want to see if Big
और
Time
अपने
is
सारे वीडियो
sold
लोग
over
चले.
there on the desk just yet about Velocity.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna give this to Morgan because
Plus Rossi of OP, yeah?
feels
Rossi of
familiar.
OP.
It's like Morgan is right about everything once again. We're in Ascension, we're in another tournament, yet Morgan is still right about this. I do have to get credit to you. Velocity, I was not familiar with your game. I didn't think they would actually be able to condition Full Sense to almost a complete stop here, Morgan. But that's almost what they did.
Easy
the last
था
two rounds.
भाई. Easy
Look,
था.
People have to stop being surprised that I'm right about everything. I'm always right about everything. And once
I don't
again,
like this
I think
game.
चिचा ओपी बोलते.
this Velocity team, I feel like this is the best way they could have approached this Ascension. They led back
22
into what works for them. They put Damara back in
22
this
मारा
Neon.
है
They
बे.
supported it with the
ओमेन ने
SK Rossi on the chamber.
हारने के लिए.
Everybody is built to excel.
भाई
on an
लेकिन पॉटर
individual
जरा भी नहीं
level.
चला
They
था.
didn't force anything that doesn't fit for them, and we saw just how effective that
जिस
can
हिसाब
be.
से
I
वो
just want you to look how
ओपन में
even the
सिटी पिक भी
kills
किया ना
are
वो भी
all
गलत.
the way
पता नहीं
across
क्या
this Velocity
क्या
team.
चल रहा है.
Everybody really
तो चल रहा
pulling
है.
their weight, and I'm so impressed.
जेल पटेल भाई ना मान रे.
Only
थैंक यू
six
फॉर द
had the
10
mentality,
गिफ्टेड.
it's the
जिसको भी
experience we
गिफ्टेड
spoke
मिला है
about,
जेल
right?
पटेल
To be
भाई
able to
इसमें
pull
टैग
this
करके
back
छुपा
out.
दे.
get a
जिसको
win on your
चिचा से मिला है
opponent's
चिचा
map
को
pick, a
चूपा
map
दे,
that
जिसको
looked
इंद्रजीत
weak
भाई
for
से
them in
मिला
the
है
past. I
इंद्रजीत
mean,
भाई
they're
को
going to be
चूपा
on
दे,
cloud
ठीक
nine
है
right now. They are riding high. But on the
भाई अपन
side
एक्चुअली
of
2-0 कर
Full Sense,
सकते हैं चैट
definitely not the start they would have wanted here, Mika.
Absolutely not. I mean, as you mentioned, the score was 6-0 in favor of Full Sense in the first few rounds, and then the momentum slowly started to shift over to Velocity, and they just kept going after that point. A large part of it was Damara really getting more confidence as the rounds went on. We saw a bit of a slower start from him earlier, but once he started realizing, no, this is how I play, this is how my team's gonna set me up, he started,
ये क्या रहता है
the fear started, falling away from him. He started getting even more and more daring, and then by the end, he was flying all over. It was actually a treat to watch indeed. And you go to the opposite side where you have Potter, and unfortunately Potter is just at the bottom of the scoreboard here, and I was expecting a lot from him, but he was just shut down a lot, especially by Damara.
I mean, yeah, I think there's definitely a difference in how the teams approach, like, setting up their duelists, right? So, Damara's playing Neon with that breach. So
I was in India for a bit, so couldn't catch you immediately, but really happy with all you have achieved recently. Love you, yaar. Jeel bhai, love you.
We will see indeed. We'll see if Full Sense can manage a comeback, or if this is just Velocity's game all the way right after this very
by
quick
2-0. Abhi 2-0 चाहिए, 2-0 चाहिए. Kill is survive trade. मेरे को पता है भाई. हेलो भाई, मेरे को पता है भाई. हेलो ऐसे थोड़ी पैरी जाके आया था भाई. मेरा पीट गया है बेचैट. फक भाई, मेरा पीट. ओ भाई, ऐसा लगा कोई तो लात मारे मेरे को यार. मेरा पीट गया. VLT पे मेकिंग इंडिया प्राउड. हम लोग को प्लेऑफ सेकंड आने के बस 8 टीम को रहा है, 6 मोर टू गो. एनकेटी कौन सा टीम है बे? नटकट. चैट मेरा पीट गया भाई. मेरा पीट पैर सब गया. क्या स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर दो. फक यार.
Welcome back to Ascension Pacific. You're back with myself, Mika, and Morgan here on the desk. And apparently Morgan is always right with everything, so I might as well just not be on this desk. But no, Velocity was a very, very pleasant surprise in that first map. I'm expecting so much more from Full Sense as we head into the second map. But this is going to be Lotus here, Morgan. What are we expecting here? Velocity has been they've almost been playing this map almost every series that they've had this entire year.
Yeah, I mean, Velocity love this map. They're going to bring in what is essentially the same composition that we just saw on Ascent. Most likely, it'll just be the Fade swapped in for that Sova. So no wonder they chose that on Ascent. It's a style that fits them, and they love playing that Lotus. But Full Sense, we haven't seen their Lotus. I mean, they haven't played it the entirety of Split 3. So we really don't know what to expect here. I think Velocity will be riding that high from the map 1, knowing that they caught their opponents by surprise and took away their map pick. But on the side of Full Sense now, you got to remember the shoes on the other foot. They get to do the surprising now. They can come in with something quite different and upset everything that Velocity have planned, where they're almost certainly going to be playing that same style. So the prep should be in place for this faster Neon breach on Lotus. But really, it depends, because after Velocity started coming back and really gathering momentum, I feel like Full Sense just kind of weren't all there in the kind of mental, and it just looked like they couldn't fully recover that 6-0 lead they had. So a little bit worried for Full Sense now.
I totally agree. This first map for me was a lot about the confidence and just how much space they were giving Velocity, because they did have it in the first few rounds, and then by the time Velocity started gathering momentum, by the time we went into that half, you kind of felt Full Sense being a little scared. I was surprised with how much Velocity was able to actually shepherd them into a corner, and they would just be stuck there for more than half the round. And I was wondering, when are they going to push forward? They have the power to push forward. They are not doing so. And it just felt like, I believe it was Pilsky who pointed it out. It was almost like Full Sense was almost traumatized into staying there because of what, the likes of Damara were doing. And by that time, Velocity, it was just too easy for them to pincer around Full Sense. And they just kept doing this round after round after round and into victory.
Plus double senti attack
and see how they used their prep time, right? They had so many
Banks bhai sab badhiya haal hai meri jaan.
Those aggressive pushes. Then
bhai अपन ने बहुत combo मारा बे, लेकिन बहुत combo मारा, बहुत combo.
Well, they understand their kind of flows and cycles after these timeouts. So very, very impressed with Velocity. But yeah, I think Full Sense needs to find a way to settle in
utils opita.
Not be caught off by so
actually
much
MVP
aggression.
utils.
We know
actually,
the South Asian representatives are going to be in your face, so be a bit more prepared. Get ready for that breach and the Neon. That's probably going to be brought.
Hey, अभी तो ये map अपना ही है ना? Lotus है ना अभी?
The Punishers when they
बोला का अच्छा नहीं है चैट, बोला ने खेला भी है क्या?
Full Sense, I don't think played a bad game. I think we have to say this, that they were very in that game.
नहीं, वो लोग अच्छा खेला, Potter चला नहीं. Actual में वो लोग अच्छा खेला, Potter नहीं चला बस.
By those big set pieces. So yeah, I think it's all about what they've got cooked up on the Lotus. But remember, it's them doing the surprising now, so they do have a little.
Hello from Amsterdam, कैसे आदित्य भाई?
Yeah, you are right. I don't think it was like bad from Full Sense, but I just felt like there were, that's why I say it was a confidence game, because they did lose a lot of it. The strategies were in place, the gameplay was in place, but the confidence, which matters so much in LAN setup, wasn't there in the next few rounds. I hope they gamed it back. I hope within this break they're able to regroup. And remember that they are one of the powerhouses here coming into the Thai scene, because we're heading into Lotus, and as we mentioned, we don't have any info just yet on the side of Full Sense, but for Velocity Gaming, Full Sense have no excuse. They should know what is coming to them.
By
Velocity Gaming have played this like
mood में ये लोग क्या करने का सोच रहे हैं सिर्फ.
Like maybe there's like a handful that they haven't played this on, but on the side of Velocity Gaming, it's open.
Breach Neon, W, Fate W, Chamber
Full
W.
Sense are bringing out the deadlock once more, but it's going to be a Laz this time around.
Yeah, so changing
वापस double senti खेल रहे लोग.
But it's still Deadlock Vice, stylistically very similar. It's just adapted a little bit more to the map, bringing out the Fade and the Razor. So sticking with that similar style. Velocity, no changes on them. This is exactly what we would expect.
Just saying, Deadlock की वजह से आप हार रहे हो. Just saying.
So it's all about is Laz able to slow
Player
down
की वजह से नहीं, agent.
And you can feel the energy coming out from Damara too. He is fired up. I'm excited to see more of that Neon coming into this. I'm excited to see if Full Sense can.
Double Senti is actually good in Lotus.
NGL.
Huh? NGL chat. I'm gonna
Thank you
NGL in
very
your
much,
face.
Harry Potter and Hermione Granger.
Not gonna
We're
lie.
going into the second map. They talked about it. A slight surprise, perhaps, coming out from Full Sense, but again, so much wind in their sails for Velocity, Pilski.
Qualification scenario अभी ये एक गेम जीता
I'm a
ना.
little bit
हम
concerned
लोग
though,
को
Quack. I think you're a bit confused. Potter
एक
is
और
on
गेम
full
जीतने का.
sense. So I
Oh,
think
right, yeah.
तो
that
अपन
makes big
mostly
time
qualify
Ronald
हो गए
Beasley,
for
which I
the
think personality
playoff.
wise is a better fit anyway.
Playoff में होगी
He's a
6
little
टीम.
bit
उसमें
unsure
से
of himself.
दो
I wouldn't go
टीम
as far as to say a beta
जो
male,
भी
but
finals
maybe
खेलेगा.
in that direction.
वो दो टीम जाएगी.
But we gotta
far.
focus on the
VCT.
game here. Honestly, vitality, vitality, velocity. Is it? It's VLT, not
Yeah,
VIT.
it's similar.
I'm losing it a little bit. Don't have anyone quite as bold as Durka on velocity, but they will creep out A main. Little bait setup in the corner there. Not going to be something that you're going to be checking lads on, I think. If you're velocity.
Yeah, with the angles, though. Laz then able to swing out, but punished
Short
quickly
था
by
भाई,
Rossi.
लेकिन Rossi
Artenia
short
able to come
था
back in
भाई.
for a couple of shots, but still the
भाई
damage
क्या
has
contact
been
play
done.
किया है?
Spike planted now. Damara close up front around the one way. It's tough for Full Sense to find space.
हैं?
Yeah, for sure. Going to be a flashpoint to hold them even further back. Velocity trying to play close to heaven, really zoning Full Sense away and preventing them from making
हो जाए.
any ground in this direction.
Slide हो जाए.
Shaving seconds off the clock as well. Now they make a move with a sudden burst out from Artenia. Quick into the hat trick.
What?
A quad! Online for an ace, but with Madeline low HP, finding first contact against Leviathan. Full Sense. Just able to swing things around.
What were those moves from Opinion? Dude was moving like a neon out there on heaven, hitting every bloody shot with the coast. Huge 4K to keep Full Sense in the discussion, because that initial setup was disastrous. Both of those players outside of stairs there getting isolated for free, and quite honestly, Opinion has really thrown them a lifeline there to win that opening pistol.
Still insane how he's managed to do all that around the top of heaven.
लाइटिफा जम के ट्रेड होना था. अरे
Does
गंड
look
मरे
as
के
though we're
मॉड.
gonna go in for,
वो smoke डाल रहा था वो.
bit of confirmation, but it does, yeah, it's pretty much a tech pause. Some slight issues to really
देखो
iron
पीक
out.
लिया, उसके हाथ में
Nonetheless,
smoke
though,
था करके वो jump
good
किया.
start coming through from the Thai squad.
Absolutely. Gonna settle the nerves a little bit. After barely not getting a
अरे उसने ऐसी jump नहीं किया, मारते मारते noob.
They were starting to figure things out, but unfortunately,
गोलू के
you know,
साथ
we're
टाइमिंग
up
हो
against
गया
that
है.
point. All you
वो
need is
स्मोक
just a
जैसी
mistake
वो
or two,
स्मोक
and-
पुल
and
करके
that's
डाल रहा
what
था
took
ना,
Velocity to
तब
finally
पिक
get that game
लेके
across the line.
मरा. डमारा और मतलब डमारा
Really
पिक लेके नहीं मारा, तभी वो
from
पुश
them,
करके
and they're
डमारा
gonna
को
play the
मारा
same
और
style coming into Lotus here.
ये free में मरा.
I'm interested to see how many maps they want to be playing, you know, Neon Breach Chamber. And over on the side of Full Sense, I mean, I know
ये
that
round
they're a
कैसे
team.
आ रहे यार?
We've seen it in Challenges SEA
ये round
this year.
जीतना था.
They're quite happy to
पिस्तौल राउंड
change
हमेशा
players playing
बहुत
certain
इंपॉर्टेंट
roles
रहता
or
है यार.
change up
स्पेशली
comps. They're quite a
एडवांटेज है और हार गया तो
team of
दर्द
players
होता है.
that can all play a lot of different agents, a lot of different
Remake का
roles.
नहीं है,
So
Gear
I know
pause है
that they're
बे.
capable of changing up their agent comps and their
Gear का
approach
scene
even
है.
map to map to map. But they also are still playing the same style that we saw on Ascent. They're playing the, you know,
Deadlock, yeah.
भाई एकदम
yeah,
लॉक्ड इन है
Vice
बेरस.
with the singular
एकदम
duel,
locked
single
in है.
unit again. So look, we'll see if it worked out a little bit better. I think that comp is a fine
भाई
fit
अपना
for both
कौन
of
है
them,
बे
to be
वो?
honest. I think the only team that
Chat?
really has been playing more of a funky
मेरे को
style
देखने दो
because
जरा.
the map is
कौन है
definitely
भाई ये अपना?
the comp, being played by Velocity on
That's
Ascent. This
clean
map is a
मारता
little
है
bit
बे.
better of a fit, but still quite off meta, I would say.
True. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just don't see it too often these days. Maybe a little bit more last year, perhaps. But either way, you know,
अपना लव
with however
लव
results
से
go,
That's how I felt when I was looking through Velocity and prepping for Velocity going into this series. Is I was
A lot
looking
of
at their comps on
2022
paper
से वो
and feeling like this feels a
Wilson's
little
नहीं है.
outdated to me. And it is, but they're making it work. You know, they have
बाद
their
में
own approach.
निकला और वापस फुल सेंस से ज्वाइन
And
किया
apparently
उसने.
that's trust in Rossi, because the man Russ has bought him a outlaw. He has got
okay.
armor as well. So we've got a couple of weapons being forced up around that as well. Velocity definitely trying to cause a little bit of an upset in round 2.
लास्ट भाई बिटा के करोगे यार कुछ
Set
कॉम्बो
the
तो है
guy
नहीं.
up, you know. For all we know, perhaps Full Sense with more preparation or some adjustments possibly coming into this map might be able to flip the script.
अच्छा time पे wall डाला
Now it's just going to be Baron Mash at least to block it off.
अच्छा वो डाला है भाई.
Just set up Rossi in A, who's now applying more pressure, opening the door. He throws a trademark into tree.
My God.
Rossi alpha zero वाला trip डाल रहा है.
Side of the map. In the meanwhile, Velocity are just waiting out this deadlock wall front B. They've got no idea what's going on.
Scratching your heads, running all across the map. Like, where are these guys? At least they've got that double sentinel utility to sort of slow things down if push comes to shove. But once again, they're looking at the guns and the force-ups. Velocity now caught by the grav.
Yeah, denied entry into B.
W pivot.
Utility from Full Sense.
W pivot पे. दरवाजा खोलो.
Back to that A side of the map where Rossi has been inserted right since the start of the round.
By W pre-plan chat.
They're going to be able to rotate in for a flood if they want to.
Problem है कि क्योंकि trip नहीं है ना.
Some slight sounds
सब जगह से लोग pinch हैं.
Rossi opts to play closer with the rest of the team.
Just जिनको नहीं मालूम है force है. Just saying है.
5v5 retake, you're kidding.
Just saying ये हम लोग को जीतने का है.
Yeah, stingers as well and a bucky. These are some really great
अपन ने
angles
G2 किया है.
played in the site by Velocity. Going to be hard for Full Sense to deal with on this retake.
Especially with the bucky, man. I'm holding my breath. First shot goes to Rossi, but quickly traded by Sephiroth. Blades and guns out now.
गोलू ने trade लिया. W है.
Lightning fast finds another pick.
मार डमारा. Nice.
Takes down Apinya, but down to the site. It's Glass on a Ghost! Off to just Amara now, and with the swing right around the corner, the Ghost will seal the deal for Full Sense.
Damara, you can see how deep he went into spawn there. He picked up the Bulldog, but in the 1v2 he ended up in. It actually probably would have been better for him to just have the bucky there. Could have done some like circle jump movement in that 1-on-2 and probably just won it from there. Unfortunately, just wide peeking with the Bulldog there wasn't what he needed to do. But some beautiful shooting on the Ghost there from Laz has to be said. That's the player that's usually kind of your money man, the man that you're looking to weapons, but he got the majority of the work done for Full Sense.
I'll find you.
Thanks to that, they will be going into this anti-bonus with slightly more money. Guns up and ready as well. They get information outside of B, but quick response from Velocity into C site. Leviathan trying to hang back, pulls out the utility though, and now knocked out by Tamara. We have a new Neon, and that's his name.
You know, Dabby's on the bloody Omen, but somebody else is doing exactly what he should be doing in this tournament right now.
बाप एजेंट बोलते.
Now it's into the corner as well. Quickly contacted by
बाप
Prowler,
एजेंट बोलते
Paranoia
chat.
as well. Spam some shots.
अरे
And that's where he gets
थोड़ा
caught by
ओपन आ गया.
the edge of his ankle.
Over there.
More space for Full Sense. Now push on up though.
W.
Locked up by SK Rossi.
अभी भी बाहर का प्लांट है.
Potentially just hang towards the back. Wait for the spike to go through.
Shot में गोलू.
Pass on the off angle as well. Shots from
भाई
both
टैग
sides
किया
of
उसने
the
लेकिन
road.
रोशन ने
And
टैग
it's
किया
down to
chat.
Russ. Madeline as well. Playing close range from Sephiroth with this Bucky. Catches square onto Madeline. But it's the last survivor for Full Sense. No time to get the spike all the way through now. Russ just playing it careful and safe. Some slight parkour, lovely footwork coming up from Sephiroth. But no defuse means Velocity takes the round.
Yeah, great upset there. With just the half buy, a lot of damage getting done.
Round जीत गए.
2-1,
not bad, not bad.
Will
वो लोग का economy है ना अभी शायद.
On Full Sense's economy. Great movement from Tamara to be able to win
भाई
that.
caster stream sniper है बे.
Rossi being able to rendezvous away. Those two factors really slowing down Full Sense enough for Russ to show his experience in the clutch there.
भाई कुछ reaction ही नहीं है. ऐसा मारने के बाद भी मैं तो नंगा नाचता था.
Huge clutch.
अच्छा मारा वो मैंने. चार बंदे अप डाउन खेल रहे थे.
Money or not, if they peak like that, and with Damar gone as well.
चार बंदे खेल रहे थे. चुपचाप जाओ दूसरे साइड. चार बंदे दिखाई दिए.
Got them that opening pick. Might try to take some rubble control here at some point to pick up the gun. In the meanwhile, though, Velocity.
Rossi needs to lock in. He can multi-frag.
He's going to pick up the pace straight into C. Going to disrespect the shear here. Leviathan in another postcode. He's not interested in really
Last time
contesting
आपने
this
गाली
one.
कब खाई थी
Outlaws
किसी
in
से?
hand for Rossi, and not a single player with full armor here on full sense, so he's about to get a bit of a farm on.
तुम क्या चाहते हो? सेंटिनल आगे
All
जाके
picked
3
up
मार
for
के आए.
Lass. He's now one off the annihilation, as is Russ with the plant. He's close to his rolling thunder.
Both key ultimates. But down to this nightfall.
रस
Could be the biggest
बैकअप बुला.
difference for
रस
us.
बैकअप बुला. रस
Fingers
बैकअप
crossed
बुला. तेरे को
for
बहुत
a
सुनाई
big
दिया है.
pickup.
बैकअप बुला.
But now
रस.
blinded has to
Russ!
push around the back of mound. And that's unfortunately where he will eat dirt. Nightfall then into sight. But also strong positions taken around. Waterfall! It's Rossi up around stairs despite getting hit by Nightfall. Two shots back to back. Into the sight. It's Potter pushing up front. Another kill in action. And it's lightning fast. Just trying to defend this spike with dear life. Shroud attempts into open space, but once again with the kills, time bought away from the defuse. Another Zowie clutch up for velocity.
Chat, clear cut. रस ने किल के चक्कर में बुलाए ने बैकअप. क्लियर कट उसको सुनाई दिए. 3 से 4 लोग हैं. दाड़ दूड़ करके भाग के आए थे वो लोग.
These guys have played the big stage games before. So putting Russ or lightning fast in the clutch, you know they're good for it.
बस मारा गोलू ना लेकिन.
Was only a save though for full sense.
Oh my god brother 4 guys सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था. हाँ मेरे को सुनाई दिया क्या ये? Oh my god brother 4 guys इसको मालूम था चैट इसको 100% मालूम था. मैं बोल रहा हूँ आईजेल को मालूम रहते कितने बंदे फ्लैंक है.
A little bit of a breather. Have a little bit of a think about how they want to be approaching this next go round.
एक्टिंग कर रहे ना चैट. साला.
It's been 2 rounds in a row with the C hits and no successful retakes as far. I mean, well, the kills go well.
I mean,
टेक पास वही तो बार-बार वायर खींच रहा है.
They bully map control with this breach comp and the
I think full sense का कोच भी हो सकता है भाई.
ये
राउंड कैसा है? ये वायर.
Either it's a chamber on the off angle, the neons getting supported by utility to be able to push one of these angles, and then they're going to play the post plant from there.
भाई टेक पास अबे जो हो रहा है उन्हें तो आराम से जीतेंगे अपन. कोई टेंशन नहीं है. वो लोग पे टेंशन है. एक मैप डाउन है वो लोग. 2 और टेक पास लो मैं तो बोलता हूँ. ये अपनी इधर बे क्यों हो रहा है? क्या हो गया चैट?
He's going to op on the attacking side because that can lose you picks early on if you're not switched on about it.
अपने इधर होता गांड फटते हैं भाई. For second by love you.
Especially after seeing what the
किसका पीछे चेक हुआ था?
as well for full sense, they have all the information that they need to come up with a game plan to deal with what Velocity is going to do. It's just a question of whether they can execute it in the server. You know, like
नाइट में वैलो होगा आज भाई. मेरे को आइडिया नहीं भाई. मेरा पीठ का लसूड़े लगे पड़े एकदम लसूड़े. तुम लोग को आइडिया नहीं है मैं अभी क्या पेन से स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ.
And I tried to prep the team that I was coaching
wise
for how to approach those 2 different styles map to map.
अब ये मत बोलना दवाई PRX में ठीक है.
It doesn't always come together in the survey. Even if you think you have the answers, even if you say, guys, we know exactly how they're going to play, you can still lose to it.
Comes down to that
अपने बंदे जेन्युइन है. हेलो.
Same time from the previous rounds.
पकड़े जाने से पहले वो भी जेन्युइन था.
Set up a lot of early space being taken by Velocity.
Taking all of that A main space. I've defaulted towards C mount before.
उसको आवाज आ रहा है.
Been pulled out from Rossi. That's nice from Damara. He's heard the sonic sensor
ऐसा भी
through
होता
the
है.
wall and been able to destroy it. Door being tickled now. But no one biting.
ऐसा भी होता है.
Velocity just waiting for a mistake from full sense, waiting for a reaction.
Oh, Dulis Golu. Oh.
Giving it either though. Smokes out, continues to blockade this A side.
By W smoke. Full info dinner.
Rolling thunders here for Rust.
Oh my goodness. And there it goes. Wasn't even ripped just yet. Just a shot out from Damara. In with overdrive now. Onto sight. Spike planted soon enough. And
Alt के
even
मारा
though full
क्यों
sense
मारा
are right
पता
around
नहीं
the
यार.
corner, not sure if they're actually able to make it past.
लेकिन
SK Rossi even has tour de force now blocking.
डेडलॉक को मरते हुए देख के अलग खुशी होती है मेरे को पता नहीं भाई.
Another kill onto our stairs as well, Pilski. This has to be
डेडलॉक को मरते हुए अलग खुशी मिलती है मेरे को बे.
He's punished for doing so.
भाई इसका भी
That's about where the good news ends for full sense. Velocity is just working them so beautifully right now. They're
Bigs
taking
भाई
the
आज VLT की
you know,
जीत में I'll
not
be
taking
happier
all of
than
control
Anna
and
also.
immediately
बस
just
जीत जाए
ripping
आज
the
फिर.
execute onto the
बाकी
same
even
side,
I'm
you know,
sure the
they're
boys
waiting for
got it.
reactions.
Super proud of
They
them.
tickle the wall.
Also,
Rossi is holding down
your
that
back
seed line,
might
waiting
be
for someone to
because
go
of
for a
last
depo
night.
push or
Sir,
maybe react to the
excuse
front
me,
push
I was
chance.
busy
Get
dancing,
a pick
Rushi
like that, or
bhai.
maybe
I was
they're
busy
waiting for
dancing.
Full sets to peek out the door or pull the pin on a trap that they can potentially.
Chat
run into
Rushi
some-
sir, OP कर दो, OP कर दो, WWW. ऋषि सर विल बी हैप्पियर देन अन्ना क्योंकि 2 इंडियन लेके जीत रहा है VLT. लेट्स गो. रिट्रैक्ट मत करना, कसम है आपको. आपको मैंने कसम, मैंने वो डिप्स कॉल कर दिया, ठीक है? रिट्रैक्ट मत करना प्लीज, कसम है आपको. मत कर लाला. अंकी चैट में जा रहे, कहां पे छुपे अंकी? सुपर चैट करो ना, सारे बड़े लोग सुपर चैट कर रहे.
You rip the ult, get nothing for it. Terrible, terrible feeling.
Lick your wounds a little
By
bit.
the way, ऋषि सर ने लीक्स दिया कुछ तो कुकिंग हो रही है करके. जस्ट सेइंग,
Yeah, I mean,
जस्ट सेइंग
the
चैट.
reason why I'm talking about all this theory crafting with the coaching
Just saying,
staff
कुछ
and
तो cooking
adapting
हो रहा है
to
करके.
Velocity style is because I haven't really felt like after many of these timeouts, I don't know if you'd agree,
ऋषि सर मैं
but
बोल दूं डिमन वन के
I
बारे में.
haven't seen Full Sense take a timeout and then had a
Binks
perfect
by be
approach,
farming.
you know, most of the time. But to be fair, I feel like post timeout,
1 million जाना है यार.
Velocity has done something different, like a perfect
कोई है
example
Demon
of
One
that
fans?
was over on Ascent,
पहले
post
सब्सक्राइब कर दो.
timeout for,
सच बात नहीं हो,
against
बाद में
Full Sense. They were
डिसलाइक कर
doing
देना,
those
लेकिन
A main
सब्सक्राइब
and
करके
B
रखो
main,
प्लीज.
plays with the Neon Breach. So we'll keep an eye on what Velocity is going to be doing in this round. We've already seen them take Mount Control, take A main. This time they are going to once again take A main, and it seems like Full Sense might fight for it.
Oh, Full Sense did have.
अंकी क्या बोली वो तो बोलो ना.
adjustments
मॉड्स
towards
हो
the end
गंड
of
मरो
Ascent, but that definitely did take a bit more time
भाई.
too.
एक्चुअल में पीट गया
That
लेकिन.
was on their attack. Now they're on defense, thinking to 4-stack on A site.
Trap being held. Jump spots there on the
भाई
C side of the
अल्ट है, ये
map.
लोग ये राउंड अपसेट
Laz,
कर
that
तो
could
सकते
definitely
हैं.
be caught by Rossi here, who's got the
आराम
outlaw
आराम से
already.
वापस वो जाओ ना. कांटेक्ट वो अच्छा था, सेक्सी
Oh,
था
shots
कांटेक्ट.
fired. Laz gonna turn away. And a sudden rip with utility out from Full Sense
shot
into A.
be.
They managed to find a shot against Samara.
भाई
The
भाई
trap
ये
doesn't
दो
work,
बहुत
but
बाप
the
प्लेयर्स
being
है.
a little pixel out of position
ये
is enough
दो
for Sephiroth
बहुत
to
बाप
punish.
प्लेयर्स है बे.
He's going to TP over
Deadlock
towards
और
the C side of the
Omen.
map. But Velocity, despite losing that pick on A, they're not perturbed at all. They're just
Not
gonna come
क्या?
back straight
Perturbed.
up into Leviathan here.
Okay. And they actually managed to take it down. Leviathan's gone. Even with the flashes tossed in. Potter trying to slow it down with nades, but that's not going to do too much.
शॉट.
Oh my god, it's K. Rossi.
टीपी भी नहीं था बे, ऐसे गए हो.
He's finding yet another pick, continuing to push on up, and now you've got Heaven Control as
अभी
well.
डाला टीपी. टीपी डाला ले. अब मोर एग्रेसिव. भाई एग्रो नहीं जा रहा है बे. भाई क्या हो गया अपने रोसी को?
Perhaps a couple more players
ये
towards
अपना
the
रोसी
back.
नहीं है चैट.
Full Sense. Again, without the most optimal weaponry, it's going to be a lot tougher. Laz, unfortunately,
ये अपना
getting
रोसी नहीं
down
है.
SK Rossi with another shot.
काली देख रहा है ना, ये अपना रोसी नहीं है
Every
बे.
single one of his outlaw shots
Huh?
has been good, and then at the same time, you're able to block off the other one out by Tree Velocity with another win.
बिंग्स भाई आप कब विजिट खेलोगे? everyone see you. जय भाई मैं खेल रहा हूँ. मेरा
I mean, I
पीओवी
just love
है.
what I'm seeing.
बहुत पार्टी कर रहा मेरा पीओवी का.
They didn't get caught by that trap.
कैसा है
in the
काली
early
मेरी
round.
जान के
Getting punished
टोटे?
by just a nice duel being taken by Sephiroth, but Velocity doesn't seem to be bothered about
जानबूझकर
that at
throw
all.
कर रहा था
They
क्या
lost
जी
their
में?
Neon to open up that round, contacted up into A, and just 4v5 Full Sense flawlessly. Very impressive stuff.
ऋषि सर भी लाइक
Outlaw's still
इसको
there
भी
for
लिया,
Rossi,
कोई
and
मेरे
there's a
में
lot of
खेला ही
light
नहीं.
armors on Full Sense.
A lot of potential targets. Velocity just looking to bully.
Oh, almost be, almost.
But now the
मर
rest
गया
of the
लेकिन
team, I
Potter.
mean, he's trapped into this one spot, trying to run away through the doors, but not able to make it happen.
मेरे को
Russ
सच्ची लगा वो
with a
बच
shot
गया.
towards the back.
The breach util is just way too good for Russ.
एकदम sexy and
Picking it to B
handsome.
now. Leviathan to
बाहर
defend.
जाने के बाद सेक्सी एंड
He
हैंडसम. हाँ
sets the thorns.
यहाँ पे जब भी भाभी जी थी
Tries to stay tucked
तब नहीं था
away,
तू सेक्सी और
looking to
हैंडसम.
surprise them, but instead it gets caught out
भाई
by the
अपन
bottom of his
जीत रहे
legs.
बे,
Battling with the
कंटिन्यू
shots
जीत
through
रहे अपन.
torso. The rest of the team just able
रस का
to
यूटिल्स बहुत बाप
continue
लग रहा है मेरे को
pushing.
लेकिन
Laz tries to play it cautious.
शॉट
But unfortunately, the angle's not supporting. It's Sephiroth down as the last guy.
I mean, again, this is just Velocity playing the attacking side at their pace, and it's
मत
working
बोला
on
बिकॉज
bloody
नहीं नहीं
treat.
नहीं अपना मैप पे बेस
Russ's
सेक्सी खेल रहे हैं
breach
5
util
रन
in
निकाल
this
लिया
series thus far has just been so.
अगर इसने एक और बार स्ट्रीम स्नाइप किया चैटे कम से कम 10th टाइम है 10th टाइम मेरे बोलने के डीले में ये बोल रहा है 10th टाइम है ये समझ रहे हो
Sephiroth under pressure now. Passes the test against lightning fast, but Russ is good for the
अल्टा रहा है
3K.
उसका चैट
5 on the attacking side for Velocity now. I mean, I just feel like Full Sense don't have the answer. This is what I was talking about.
3
There were 3
सेंटी में
players
3
there, the
सेंटी
other
एक्चुअल
team
में
is
बाप
out.
है मैंने
He
ऑलरेडी
forced out the
अपोलोजाइज
raise
किया है
rocket
मैंने
just to be able to try to
3
get out
सेंटी
of that
ऑलरेडी बाप है भाई
situation, but it didn't really help them all that much, Quack.
Not
वो लोग ने 2 सेंटी लिया करके हार रहे हो लोग 3
response
रहता
to
तो फुल
everything
सेंस का
else
था
as well. It's just so quick coming out from Velocity. I mean, this keeps up. It's a 5-round win streak right now.
ये हरी डब्बी में क्या है अरे वो विक्स जैसा वो है बे
Throw fists on A again.
क्या बोलते हैं इनहेलर
Okay.
टाइप क्या है वो
Gotta let
नाक
those hands go.
क्लियर हो
Let's
जाता
see.
है उससे
Grab mat at their feet, but it doesn't quite connect. Potter trying to play it
गया
around
Potter
the off angles around Rubble, but caught inside of the
स्मोक
smoke.
में बोला 20 जन ने
What
मारे
did you
स्मोक
think
में
was going to happen when this entire
Exactly.
squad? Oh no!
Full Sense
Okay.
cannot win this A
अपना
fight.
बंदा
I
कैसे
mean,
मारा?
I think, yeah, it's a nice pick to be getting from Stairs side, but Velocity just don't care. They do not care how many boys you're bringing to A Rubble. They are quite happy to take the fight every single time, and they are, it's like I said, the breach util, the reactive util,
Smelling
the way
salt
that
नहीं
they're
रहे हो,
taking
Vix
these
जैसा है
rubble fights
बे
is
वो।
just way too good. I mean, I know Full Sense only has pistols there, but it really doesn't feel like there's any way that they can win these rubble fights against Velocity right now with how well
1
they're
2
using
3
their
मोमेंट
utility.
चलो 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 बकचोदी नहीं हो रही है
Not even like a seize nade or anything. And now,
अरे
Nightfall, clear out C, get the spike down. Full Sense, the only hero weapon here would be Sephiroth's.
अकेला गया वो
And again, Rossi with an outlaw. He's going to put his rendezvous down. Now he's going to play a dirty off angle.
This might be game
Side
changing.
waterfall as you try
क्या
to kick
इको है
off
वो
your
लोग
retake. You're going to be
शॉट
losing
शॉट
players
शॉट
on the way on
शॉट
in. This feels impossible for Full Sense.
Yeah, look at Rossi. I mean, there he goes again.
देख लो ना ऋषि
Slight
सर
haunt,
देख रहे
but
हो ना
everything's cleared out. The entire team is prepared. Hit by the grab net, but it doesn't even matter.
नहीं ये सेम चीज उधर भी कर रहा था
Calls.
देखा मरा वो
Damar just goes in for the peak. Rossi might have been gunned
ये
down. so it's
चीज
like chance
सेम
for
था ये चीज
Leviathan,
सेम
but
था ये चीज
still,
सेम था
Madeline's position was not scouted
ये
out.
चीज सेम
That
था
will be another round up
हिलता
for
नहीं है ये
Velocity.
चीज सेम था
I wonder what Full Sense is going to do here.
90% अपग्रेड हुआ 10% है
For
है
the rest
है
of regulation gone.
वो है
It's either that or they have to figure this out. They can't keep taking this rubble fight. It's just not working for them. We need a different approach. We need to shove front B, or we need to do like a set play towards C mount, or rely on like a C mount door control kind of setup and just play retake
क्या?
A. Like we
मैं
need a
teammate दोनों
different
चिल
approach
आगे
here,
क्या
'cause
था?
these rubble fights just haven't been
इसकी
it.
इंग्लिश नहीं
That's
आती मेरे
exactly
को
what you're
भाई
going to see. They move into a 2-1-2 from the 1-4. And Velocity go, well, let's
किधर
go
डाल
straight
रहे हो
up
बार
rubble
बार
with this
रिव्यू?
exec A.
Let's go. Well, managing to slow them down with more utility this time. Full Sense, Baramash, Paranoia,
कांड
but
मार
totally
दी
dealt
बॉल
with.
की
At least a progression
Bro,
smoke on the
Minka
site. Sephiroth may be
positioning on
able
top
to
है.
find a couple of picks
On
around it.
top है.
Quick with a steel garden ripped coming out from Leviathan. Able to halt
अभी on top
Velocity
नहीं
for
है.
the time
पीछे को
being. But then a stupendous Paranoia into sight. Sorties
Oh!
as well.
भाई अच्छा मारा बे लेके भाई शॉट पे मैडलिन
With the trades.
ये प्लान नहीं 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 ये प्लान नहीं
It's gonna take some careful
Rossi.
steps. Slow creeps up from stairs.
3 2
Perhaps the
1
arc rows
फट
to
से
support, but they just go and try peeking. Rossi with
Bop
another
planted.
punish.
बाप
You
प्लान
cannot peek this guy. Potter does have nade.
ओ वो लोग
Rest
पता
looking
नहीं
for a way to chuck it in towards tree, but the spike's so close, Pilly. He just buys a bit of time to maybe get to halfway, but
बच
here comes
गया.
Madeline jump peeking.
इसलिए बोला था ये
Into
प्लान नहीं
Potter's
पता
doom.
अरे अरे अरे
Wow. This is unreal. It feels like no matter what happens to Velocity, they can find the right passage
ना
and play
मान
the
रहे?
right call. to get out of a bad situation.
भाई मस्त मारा बे गोलू.
They lost Rust in the bloody open there. Dropped the spike in the open and they just 4-on-5 contact up into the site, trade out beautifully, and end up in a 2-on-2 that they can win with the ult. Absolutely beautiful from Velocity.
What are you doing? Patar bol rahe
Sets now, bro. They're glass cannoning. They're forcing with light armor. Like, what is going on? I feel like this team is falling apart here, Quack.
क्या stun दिया बे भाई.
But they're just dumping
Bro,
bodies again and again into
utils,
this A side. Potter up and time again. The first casualty
क्या
of the round.
utils से
And now
अपना
second blood
बहन
drawn.
चूत
Glass
कितना
quickly ripped
perfect.
off. You got a couple players
क्या
around baby door, but
utils
I don't know if
chat.
these angles will support full sense enough. Rossi
ना
again
मान
just
रे.
peeking into it.
Short
Leviathan
बे
trees,
गोलू.
but lightning fast is right back.
अभी plant वो लोग को पता है
alone
पे.
on this A site. Lo and behold, it's Madeline
डम्मर भाई किधर गए
lurking while the
घूमने?
rest of the team goes off for the spike plant.
W
Wouldn't even think to turn behind, and Velocity now 8 rounds in a row.
chat
This is crazy, man.
टॉप पे अभी.
Just that they're calling this.
अब यहाँ से हारने का जीरो चांस है. जीरो.
It just feels
8
so
round
methodical.
अटैक में
They're
मतलब
working their way through the map. They're working together really, really well as a
समझ
unit.
रहे हो?
Just waiting for full sense to regress into them and make mistakes. And I feel
भाई
like
यूटिल बहुत बाप था. यूटिल बहुत
theoretically,
बाप
it's
था.
something that I've always felt like is a good approach in a
वापस
tournament
देखा
like
Aftershock
this.
किधर आया?
APAC is a region that's notorious for
देखा ना?
having a lot of aggressive teams, having a lot of teams that love to take a fight and offer you things that you can punish. And you know, I feel like stylistically in the past you'll have Korean teams that'll play a little bit slower that can be good at punishing those that kind of style, but most of those teams
भाई इस बार वाइब
are
आ रहा
already
है.
in Pacific, right?
Yeah.
And in the past, like Korean
Vibe
tactic
आ रहा है.
FPS, that's the kind of
अबे एक और
style that
team-
you'd have. It's a little bit more
एक
methodical.
और टीम
you take
देखते
your
हैं
time
चैट
with
किसको
it.
हरा सकते हैं. देखो मैंने
But you
बोला
don't
था
really
फुल सेंस
have
को
those
तो अपन
kind of
हरा ही
teams
सकते
as
हैं.
much in tier 2, I feel like.
अब
Velocity right
मेरे
now
को
is-
देखने है
it
कि
feels
एक
like,
और टीम किसको
you
हरा
were kind of
सकता है.
saying it in the
वो लोग के
break,
group
like
में.
a European kind of style, a bit more of an EMEA flair. Maybe that comes from Russ. You were telling me that he's been playing on Guild in the past and things like that. But it's just working a treat right now. Look at that, bro. What is
Yo.
that? I can't even count them all. That's 8 rounds. I can't even hold that many rounds, bro. I couldn't even count them on the fly.
And especially with the upcoming
lost-
round as well, where the guns aren't there. This could keep on going.
They lost the pistol and they went, yeah, cool. No worries.
No worries. No problem. We're good.
Just cook them on the gun rounds, innit?
मालूम नहीं पड़ रहा है.
There's the A
वैसे
control
इधर
taken
चैट में
by
इसके इधर क्या
Velocity.
लिखा है?
Full sense don't want to take that fight. I like the fact that they're taking
Once they win the
this fight
first
towards
game, the
frontside
moment will
B.
carry them
Funnily enough,
forward
it's
in
not
VLT
somewhere that
heavily.
Rossi has ever
लेकिन
really
वो
lurked.
team
He's always
देख
just
रहा हूँ.
turtling at the backside of C.
अपना ग्रुप थोड़ा
Waiting
strong
for
है.
And once again, he's just camping his way over in lobby, waiting for someone to peek in while the rest
Riddle
of
को हरा
Velocity
सकते
take
क्या?
the C site
Riddle
for
का
free.
पता नहीं
They're
मेरे
going to get a
को.
big flank on, so Rossi's going to have a chance to get involved in the action once his trademark goes down.
Hashtag G fighting.
Outlaw first shot off. And he lands the Colette. Beautiful.
Anna just saying ऋषि सर ने आपकी खुशी में 50 गिफ्टेड दिया था. Just saying. और आपकी टीम जीत रही है मतलब.
They're just too far out of position. Velocity's
Just
already
saying.
flipped the map, playing from Heaven's side. I don't
Anna,
know how you can believe that.
congratulations!
I think hiding inside of
We are
drop as
one
well.
more win away from playoff.
It's a perfect setup. Straight into 2 players.
One more
shutting
win
you
away
down.
from playoff.
No chance. Trying to keep Velocity trapped
और
around the
गोलू
spike
और
at
रॉसी
least
दोनों
so
फॉर्म
they
में.
don't go off to it, but kill still going off away, and now starting to let go of it. Leviathan
मारो भाई जितना
able to
मारना
take the
मारो.
shots, and
राउंड
Russ
अपना है.
will go off, but the
मारो.
money's still good, man. They've had so many rounds, Pilsky.
I know. It's inconsequential. I just cannot believe it.
9th रे
Like,
फिर
this
कम बैक मत
experience
करो
for
रे.
Velocity
नहीं रे बहुत
is
ज्यादा राउंड है
really
आपके
just
पास. बहुत ज्यादा.
allowing them to play such a slow, measured, perfect
Plus
game
main
right now.
problem
I feel
क्या
like
मालूम है?
watching a perfect attacking
वो लोग के
side of
अटैक में
Lotus.
भी सेम चीज होने वाला है.
This
वो
is
लोग
bloody
रबल नहीं ले
gorgeous, man.
सकते. ब्रिज की वजह से.
Whoa. All right, that's fighting words.
I'm not seeing any of that in the server right now. I'm seeing like you know, the most chill
हमारा डबल डिजिट
attacking
पे
side
आया
of
नहीं
Lotus.
है. हाँ?
Outside the server, we are screaming
बकचोदी
our
नहीं
heads
रुक
off.
रही
They are
बंदे की.
pumped. They are focused, Quack.
भाई ये मोनी ही है बे.
Contact out onto
Chat.
double yet again. Op pulled out by the chamber over on that C side of the map, not being given a peek.
Same.
Full deadlock set up on this A side of the map with a lot of players ready to defend any kind of A execute that comes out in the mid round. Prowler from Opinion will confirm no one's front B, so Full Sense don't feel any pressure to rotate. I like the fact that just trusting this A stack here.
Barrier deployed.
Ball timing अच्छा लेकिन
Hopefully,
बहुत
perhaps
open में तोड़ देंगे एक साथ.
slightly different approach, a more passive
ना
one.
तोड़ेंगे ना एक साथ.
But as time elapses again, they start to feel uncomfortable tossing
ओ
out the
वो
utility.
लोग का ही ball उनके against use करने वाले.
Velocity then to just go out from tree. Nightfall through. Ponder tries to slip past the cracks. Getting hit by a couple of flashes now, though. And Leviathan finds another. For the first time in a long streak, Full Sense come up with first kills. And now the rest of Velocity trying to barrel forward. Damara does manage to find one, but the paint shells manage to stop him. And Showstopper as well on towards Russ, who already was caught by a
गांड पड़ गई मेरा last round.
This time, it's Full
last
Sense
round.
with an
इतना
answer.
अंदर गया मैं बोला है रीजनल की मारा round
They
का.
really figured out that
Last
attacking
round, last
side.
round,
Unfortunately, it took the entire half for them to do so. Really nice setup on that A site. Completely pulling apart anything Velocity wanted to go
Omen
for.
का blind भी अच्छा था बे.
Well,
Quarter को help करने के लिए इसलिए वो लोग घुसे नहीं.
And multiple ults invested to be able to shut that one down. A nice
It
response
was a
at the end of the half
language.
for Full Sense, but they've still got to come back after this halftime break.
Zero chance. Technically possible is zero chance. Zero. With breach, there is zero chance Full Sense can take Rebel. Especially when we have Neon Bridge. And they cannot go C. क्योंकि GOAT. C पे GOAT है. समझ रहे हो? They cannot go B. क्योंकि GOAT अब तक गोटी B पे छोड़ता है. ट्रैप. समझ रहे हो? प्लस एक बंदा ऑलरेडी B रहेगा. बेसिकली ये लोग बेस में एफ के रहने वाले मेरे हिसाब से. भाई ये गाना मेरे को अलादीन वाला वाइब्स क्यों दे रहा है बे? चिराग किसी का जीना आएगा वाला. हाँ रिबल नहीं रे, रबल रे. रबल हेलो. रिबल को तो वो लोग ले सकते हैं. इडली डोसा कुछ कहेगा. डोसा. आई विल हैव मसाला डोसा. आई विल हैव 2 मसाला डोसा. आई एम वेरी हंग्री.
Well,
लेट के खा सकते हैं क्या? मेरा पेट दुख
Full
रहा है.
Sense might have gotten that last round, but it's still so strong coming through from Velocity. Really liking this identity that they're beginning to carve out from themselves with this breach Neon. How does that look on defense? We'll take a look.
I mean, it's a lot of dealing with the chamber. It's something that Big Time talked about on the desk. You've got to be ready for Rossi taking these mount fights and be able to deal with him accordingly. Prowler out front B, confirming that the defense is no longer fighting that, although they did shut it down.
दरवाजा खोल दिया वैसे.
Full Sense creeping their way out a rubble. and
ब्लाइंड
Velocity
स्टन सब
looking to
कुछ है.
fight it.
लोड़े लग गए वे. कॉम्बो गांड लग गई चैट.
Oh, and straight
Darn,
up
look
with the
great,
fault
Chad.
line. Look at how many
My
hits.
God.
Russ even finding a shot in for himself as well. Now the full team is able to just lock them outside of A lobby while Rossi begins to take a little trip all the way towards the back of spawn. Caught up by the mini-map.
Oh!
Hunter shots. Oh, God. Oh my goodness. It's just Opinion left. He's trying to track in mid-air, man. He just can't.
Oh my god. Should have hit up that Kovac scenario just before.
चैट तुम लोग को पता है ये लोग क्यों आ रहे हैं?
Flying around? Sure.
The one with the neons flying at you, doing 360s, and you got 3 other people running at you. That's just beautiful util use. Like, look at that. One player full blind by the
चैट बताओ ये
paranoia.
लोग
The
क्यों आ
stun
रहे हैं?
connects. Beautiful
ये राउंड
front line
फुल सेंस
from
क्यों आ
Russ.
रहा है?
Perfect flank from Rossi. Just the util has been so effective for Velocity this
Deadlock?
entire series.
डेडलॉक तो है ही.
And Full Sense have no answer for it.
लेकिन ये लोग
It's
का
not even, like, fully
ब्रिज का
tracked
कुछ
by
काउंटर
the
है नहीं
E's.
चैट.
stat, the assist
ये लोग
stat
breach
either.
का
Rossi now
stun
finding the shot.
वो नहीं कर
Russ
पा
with
रहे.
5 assists is what I was thinking
Bait नहीं कर
about.
पा
but
रहे.
Look, they're just gonna keep going for it.
और रस
Shoot and
एक
scoot.
भी अभी तक ऐसा स्टन नहीं दिया है जो
Shoves
वेस्ट
the
गया है.
barrel straight in
या
Potter's
फिर
mouth.
कुछ
It's
रोकने के लिए दिया है या
unbelievable
फिर
the
फाइट
confidence
लेने
that
के लिए
this man
दिया है.
has. He doesn't hit
और
the
वो
rendezvous,
सबको
he just
connect
hits it
हो
with
ही
the
रहा है.
no-scope.
Yeah,
No,
that makes really
multiple
good for
stunts
it.
दे रहा है वो.
Jumping 360. Nah, it's not happening. Full sense. Looking to push their way
हिलता
through
नहीं यार
the
रॉसी.
classics.
हिलता नहीं है.
See what they can get done here. They have picked up an outlaw. So there is some upset potential here. 2 players that could die to that in one shot. But Velocity are already set up to deal with this.
This is our
side
first
plant.
match win
And
in
potentially delay it with some
international
good
till
use
now.
of it.
नहीं रे.
Yeah.
ये tournament
Aftershock,
का
the
first.
flashes and the prowlers all tossed in now. Madeline on for the hunt, but it doesn't matter when Delmara's
दिया.
the one slithering all
अब
the
तो
way through downstairs.
बहुत utils है रे.
11 to 3 for Velocity. A very clean anti.
वो लोग पिक्स के लिए भी फाइट नहीं कर सकते. पिक्स के लिए भी फाइट कैसे करेंगे वो लोग?
there
पता
from
नहीं क्या
Rossi.
करेंगे यार. टाइम आउट आएगा लग रहा
Really,
है.
really nicely worked. And again, it's just effective. Util aftershock forcing these players out. Really, really nicely
मारा ना,
timed
मारा ना.
C's towards the backside of the double stack there, and then your Neon slides on through. Bonus on the cards for Velocity here. Full sense staring down the barrel of their
पंकज
first
भाई, एक ही
gun
बार
round.
like
They're gonna
करो
need a
stream
lot
को.
of them to try to come back here.
टाइम आउट दोनों टाइम आउट खत्म हो गए.
And if they
मतलब
don't,
एक है.
oh man, the map just might be done. Look at this control as well. Lightning fast on top of rubble.
Full rubber control. And this full sense attacking side is looking exactly like their adaptations that you saw them make
You're
on
right.
Ascent, right? They are just turtling in spawn.
Okay.
हाँ?
Oh, what a shot there to
हाँ?
open things up.
उसने
Lamara's
jump pick
just
पे
got
मारा
a
है.
free haircut, looking fresh as anything.
Kind of like the one that I've got.
Buddy.
Paranoid now out from lightning fast.
Don't change the subject, man. We're talking about your hair.
The round's going on. It's full sense trying
भाई
to go
था
Oscar
बे,
Mike
try
over
था,
onto C,
try
but,
था,
this
try
is where
था.
Rossi is. A couple of them onto light
अरे
shields, but
NT.
nasty shots coming through from Potter this time. Russ up close, trying to spray and pray. It's not going to happen. Low HP, but they will still be able to push on through, getting the spike down.
Yeah, Madeline shut out by the deadlock wall.
Ah!
Barrier mesh going to keep him at bay. Nice safe plant from Opinion. Both him and Potter extremely low here. You don't
किसने
want to
कुछ
lose
नहीं देखा,
extra
ठीक है?
guns here for full sense. You need every little bit of money that
ये
you can
ये
possibly
round
have
नहीं
access
हुआ
to,
है.
'cause they've got a
किसने
big comeback to undertake.
किसने कुछ नहीं देखा. नहीं मार तो ऐसे भी सकते हैं ना भाई. उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम हो गया भाई.
One step
ऐसे
at
भी
a
तो मार
time.
सकते हैं.
Similarly for Madeline, just trying to clear it and take as much as possible, but unfortunately no kills found, so rather successful coming through from full sense.
First of many that will be needed.
भाई वो प्ले देख के ना मेरे को
Hit that bloke with the reaction time
एक
test
recent
right now.
गोट वैल्यू
Better
क्रिएटर
keep
के याद
this
आई.
that. Not me. I'm
Huh?
pushing 30 quack, so I don't want
We're the
to
same
see
age,
these
man.
numbers, but. But you got
CG
the, you
का
got the
first
C reactions, man.
debut.
You got the SG aim. You know?
ऐसे ही था.
You're built different. You look like
Perhaps.
Jing out here.
Perhaps we're looking on to Rossi to hopefully be the one to react faster.
भाई
but
बोल
wow.
मत दिखेगा.
Talked about the
दिखेगा
turtle
क्या?
waves
थोड़ा
happening
लेफ्ट
again.
जाएगा तो. बहनचोद
Dirty
दिखेगा
off
लग रहा है
angle.
चैट.
I mean, if anything, Rossi's the turtle because Sephiroth's just waiting for him to stick his head out of his shell so he can pop it off.
Shadows traveling.
Nothing being given. Progression smoke outside of A here. Full sense
Did you
looking
just
to try
compare
and
the
take
goat
some
with
space.
Russ? I am
Dealing
sorry.
things out with the Prowler. Botline will push them away for now.
Potential aftershock to get sent through as well. I mean,
अरे
this
बहन-
turtle is just baiting out utility from velocity.
टन किस खुशी में जब भी सीज
Yeah, I
वो
mean,
कर रहा है
trading
स्टन
down the
वेस्ट
hill.
कर दिया पूरा.
Now it's starting to make their way back towards C now, but you've had this two-man setup since the start of the round, Quack.
Operator.
भाई पूरा यूटिल के अम्मा बैन
See
कर
how
दिया.
smooth Let's get Rossi can come out with it.
एंटी
Oh, this time not connecting.
Oh,
Lightning
no.
fast to
मारना था
take the
मारना था
fall.
मारना था मारना था.
TPing into the open. That's not the clean execution that you were looking for. And Rossi's missed, you know, 4 or 5 of the last couple of shots we've seen him take.
30 seconds
You
left.
need your chamber to be connecting those shots with the operator. It is vitally important with this comp because
Russ
as
को
Big
क्यों
Time
बोला?
said on the desk, If Chamber doesn't
रस का रन
take
गन
those picks,
इतना याद आया
doesn't take those
कास्टर
shots,
को रॉसी ने
then you
मिस किया
become
फिर भी रस को
a
पड़ी
useless man. You are a man with a gun that is not shooting anyone. It's just facts, man.
It's harsh word, but
अरे 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 मार दे साला मारा
bite the dust.
अरे बहुत
Spike
लीड है
goes
बैंड
down as
प्रो करो
well.
थोड़ा
Probably might want to hang back and hold on to this off. Find more use with it for the next round.
I mean,
Come back,
I'm being
अरे
a little
भाई
harsh.
थोड़ा
You
time pass
are
कर
a
रहे भाई
fantastic util sponge. You can soak up 2 or 3 pieces of util, TP out. But I don't know if that's what you're really looking for when you click chamber in the agent select screen.
Yeah.
Velocity looking to play the long game here, though. I like the 3-man save. We are very far ahead here.
बहुत ज्यादा
Getting back to
मैं
the
रे तो
economy
प्रो
with
करता
some, you know, clever financial management. Just maximize the amount of buys that we can have to try to just secure 2 more. That's all you need. This was a great round from full
क्या अभी
sets,
कॉल
though.
क्या रहेगा मालूम है
Hold on,
3C
come on, man. Come on.
You were just talking about
3C.
successful financial men.
एक बंदा ए
All good.
ब्रिज 20 स्टन देगा ए पे
Okay.
रॉसी को और मिलेगा
He's right at home. They just pulled up.
ताकि
over from
मरेगा
the
तो
boot
नेक्स्ट
camp.
राउंड
He can
वापस
just,
ऑफ
you
रहेगा
know,
उसके पास
walk down the road, grab a little bit of extra cash. No stress.
2 CA बे
There we go. Rifle spot up. But once again,
ठीक है
back
फंडा
to
लेकिन
what's the
वही है
setup of
और
velocity.
They continue to want to try to take this rubble fight, feeling that they can win it time and time again. Sees Nate doesn't quite catch Tamara there. You can see it landed just behind him. Relay bolt to secure that A control. Full sense will once
बस मैं
again
नया
not
बंडल
contest
देखा
the
क्या
velocity
पैसे
will
गए
rotate
भाई
accordingly.
Again and again. Lightning fast and Rossi as well outside of C.
Same setup. See if it'll find them more success here.
Or become a util sponge, I suppose.
राउंड 2
You've
That's one
soaked up
prowler.
One prowler. Yes. That's
Huge.
value.
It's getting bigger.
Uh-oh.
3 यूटिल गया
Some adjustments coming through from full sense. They're peeking with the util this time. Flashes, prowlers, all. No, that's getting
लेकिन
soaked
अब
up.
क्या
That's a good sponge. That's a
It's
scrub
looking
game.
huge. Looking huge, looking pumped, like cracked biceps after a couple kills at the gym. We love
you.
to see it.
एक्चुअल में सारे यूटिल्स खत्म हो
Yes.
गए वो लगता
It's true. I
Full
got my
line.
protein shakes in.
Great. Well, that's going to push velocity away.
ए फेक करके
For
सी
a
जा
good
रहे
sense away. They're going to take that rubble control and tickle the door. They're trying to pull some rotations from velocity over towards this A side of the map, but velocity is not
Whoa.
really biting. They're just sitting in their rotations.
आवाज
Rossi's
आया
alone on
आवाज
C here though.
आया शॉट
Oh, but look at the
अरे
forward team
एंटी
from
एंटी एंटी
Sephiroth.
एंटी था
Lightning
एंटी था एंटी
fast
था
and
एंटी था
Madlin right around the corner as well. You mentioned that they weren't biting, and here they are.
भाई
Velocity
लिवाइथन का बॉल्स ऑफ स्टील देखा किसी ने
for that
शॉट
match point
बेस
score.
स्पैम
It's the wall bench shots up against
W पे
Leviathan
गोलू,
into
W
trades
backup.
against Potter.
डब्ल्यू डब्ल्यू
there they
गोलू
go,
डब्ल्यू
velocity up to
डब्ल्यू
12.
फकिंग गोलू
It's just
एंड
phenomenal.
डब्ल्यू रॉसी
How
भले
little
मरा
they're panicking
लेकिन
in
वो
the
एक
mid to
शॉट
late
मार के
round.
टिपी मारा मेरे को
Like,
लगा वो
the
हेड एंटर भी
rotations
4-5
barely
बुलेट
move.
मार के
They
टिपी
have
मारता
so
था
much faith in Rossi in their C retake protocol that even though the majority of full sense was barreling down the door of the
डब्ल्यू
C
था डब्ल्यू
side,
था
they barely even moved an inch. Like, look at the minimap right now. Rossi's on his own. You have the one rotation of Bloody Fast in Waterfall, and everyone else is still holding around the map, which really is what allows
हाँ
Madeline
वो
to
लोग
catch that
रेडी है ना
push
रीटेक करने के
in
लिए
through
ब्रिज
door
भी है
side. That tells you that Velocity as a team are just trusting the setups. They trust the process.
yep.
They are fully
Yep.
confident that they are going to win this game against Full Sense, doing what they've drilled, doing what they've practiced day after day.
ज्यादा से ज्यादा
have to
अभी
admire
2 से
that.
3 राउंड वो लोग जीत सकते हैं
And,
फुल
you know,
से
for
ज्यादा
all
से
the,
ज्यादा
you know, couple of shots that he's whiffed here and there, Rossi is still sitting up on top.
स्पेशली ऑन अल्ट रोटेशंस ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2 या 3 राउंड वो लोग जीत सकते हैं
Tamara again, barely dodging that util. Almost caught him this
Tamara
time.
cute,
but
yeah.
Full Sense changing up the approach.
Fun
Going
है.
to be a contact towards front B, towards Russ.
Does have the util after all. Able to slow them
शॉट
down.
पे
And here comes
शॉट
Rossi with
पे
the ball stepped open.
क्या लेफ्ट राइट मारा ये लोग ने
Trying to shoot their way out, but the chances of survival slowly slimming down. Damar pushes the button a little bit too early. Now it's nightfall, quickly set to cross. Russ, unfortunately caught red-handed. Lightning Fast is the last player alive for Velocity.
3
They
पिक
know he's
मिला
front
था.
B. They know they need to smoke off the door.
नए
worry about
बंडल
the
के लिए
stairs
donation
angle.
love it
Vincent's gonna play
यार.
some button numbers, walking hand in hand straight through rubble.
Thank
As
you
long
the
as they can trade this
449.
1 kill,
Love
and they can
you,
get this
love
round
you.
done. Lightning fast though. Both of his opponents pretty low here. It's a very winnable 1-on-2 clutch, but he's banking on the fact that they're going to end C here.
Cover going out.
30 seconds left.
Okay. Slowly coming back into it.
अभी वो लोग को भी पता नहीं है कहाँ से आएगा. It's 2 1v1 chat. It's 2
Now you've got a
1v1.
couple of smokes to potentially try, but it's just gonna sneak forward. A little bit more concerned about Baby Door, but
अरे
it's the players out towards heaven, and they were both working together.
अरे खत्म
Full
कर सकते
sense,
थे यार.
able to extend their life.
ठीक है. मैं बोला था.
Yeah, staying
ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कितना बोला था? 3 राउंड ना शायद.
in this series, just doing things sensibly, at least in the XVX. That was a very nice setup. That's what I was talking about when I was asking when a full set's going to run
13-8
mount door setup.
मेरे
That's
हिसाब से.
exactly what you saw from Velocity there. As soon as the
कैसे
front
round
B
गया
contact
बे?
comes in onto Russ, not only does he he get one, but
हाय अपन ने टाइम आउट लिया है.
opens the door,
W
and then
time
it's
out.
just a
W time
firing
out.
squad for an op that's staring straight down from that C site all the way
कोच
through
को
the
पता
B
नहीं है
door.
मेरा
It's just
पीठ
free
दर्द
pickings.
कर रहा है. टाइम आउट
It's
लिया
like
है.
such a strong setup, especially when you're running the chamber.
चाहे स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर दो. 8500 लोग देख रहे हैं. 6600 लाइक से ड्यूड्स.
Where Velocity really ran into issues was just trying to end the game too fast, too quickly. You had the full crunch coming around through A lobby. They really just tried to find those full sense players that they knew were stuck in front.
नया
B
पीछे
and
लगा
hunt them
देगा क्या?
down and
नहीं,
kill
I
them
think
so
2
they could
दिन
just be
लगेगा.
done with this game. But
Yeah.
you
कुछ
corner
काम
some of
चालू
these
है.
full sense players and they are sharp as anything.
ये
They're going to
पीठ
punish
की
you
क्या
for
नहीं
that.
क्या है. अबे कल कुछ ज्यादा डांस किया
Tomorrow
मैंने.
the overdrive as well, but
4
I
घंटे
guess we'll
कुछ.
see. Cornered or not, at least now, certainly in the map scoreline, they are. They've been turtling throughout most of these rounds, but for the first time in a long time, Velocity are going to come in with a slight eco half buy, if anything.
VLT का
Tomorrow
कोच
to
अकेला
Bucky.
क्यों है? बाकी लोग का वीजा इशू हुआ है.
And probably a 2
तीन
and a
और
4 here for
coaches थे.
Rossi. So there are a few things they have
थोड़ा
to
वीजा
consider.
इश्यूज हुआ है.
Seems like Rossi's going to take a angle over towards A. Initial shot, then probably TP into door and try to swing it open to find a pick there.
Tour de force could slow, but the angles aren't there. He's been smoked off and everything.
उसने भी
Definitely
देखा है.
have a
उसने
chance
भी
at a
देखा.
shot here
उसने
at
भी
some
देखा.
point.
जी फायरिंग. जानबूझकर बार-बार क्लासिक निकाल रहा है.
Yeah, I mean, Full Sense just doing a
क्लियर
really,
कट
really
टारगेट
good
है
job.
ये.
Just safely crossing behind the cover of the dark cover.
आके टाइम पे हेड एंटर निकाल रहा है. अभी देख रहे हो जीत रहा करके क्लासिक निकाल रहा है चैट.
The showstopper.
देख रहे हो ना?
So I would assume they would have just kicked off the A execute, but it looks like they want to split B instead.
Door quickly broken. Showstopper into sight. A sheriff shot heard, but otherwise nothing else. Showstopper just to give Velocity a slight warning as to avoid heaven control, but Rossi's coming
ए
back in.
रीटेक एक्चुअली पॉसिबल
The rest
ऐसा
of the
करके
team
क्यों
as
लग रहा है
well.
मेरे को?
Slightly through and out over from door, but Steel Garden should secure it. Sephiroth out with first blood. Spotted onto another player
Dots
as
ही
well.
नहीं लग
You
रहे
still
पे
have
Fulsense के.
C-Link blocked off with the smokes. It kind of does go off though. And here come the flashes now. Rossi with the first shot on Tour de Force. It just controls a little bit more space.
Chad,
And with that, the
actually
rest of the
निकाल
players are now
सकते हैं,
able to
Chad.
set up the firing squad around the site. Laz wanting to push all the way through, but slowed down. Rossi, the shot whiffs. And it's Annihilation sent in as well, but not quite connecting. Grabbed it onto Rossi. Last needing to nail the shot. He
एंटी
comes
रे
back in and
भाई निकाल
manages to
सकते थे
save
वे
the
निकाल
day.
सकते थे.
A
एंटी
Salvi
था
clutch
यार.
to put Full Sense up to another
एंटी था.
round.
पग बे निकाल
Everything
सकते
out of
थे.
Full
मेरे को
Sense to
लगा
get
था.
that round across the line,
वो
though.
ऑफ
And there was
और
very
वो
little
स्मोक
invested
देख
in
के
it
मेरे को
from
लगा था.
Velocity. Just the two of the four.
कि ये लोग के पास
Bucky
कुछ
and
कंट्रोल नहीं था,
Sheriff,
पता है.
but they make that round look
मेरे पास
so
कुछ कंट्रोल नहीं था.
competitive. Ult forced out as well. Velocity are really making Full Sense expend everything, and that's why you see the celebration.
What the fuck डबल
From
पिक
the
करना
team
था. वाइस टी.
You know, just lost that round.
क्योंकि टाइम नहीं है
They
ना.
know that they've really
डबल पिक
taken
करेगा
everything away
उसको
from Full
मारेगा
Sense
डिफ्यूज
here.
कौन करेगा?
change up now on the attacking side. Leviathan will pull out an op and look to try to actually take a fight here with Rossi. Maybe reading the fact that he doesn't have the money to buy
Rossi
himself
किसको
an
propose
op,
कर रहा? Language.
feeling like
कुशाल बेइज्जती भाई. Language.
punish that.
Definitely could be a good challenge. Rossi, though, the way that he's hugging that wall so tightly would have been a strong angle, but otherwise everyone peels off and go back to the B.
एक और retake.
Straight up into heaven.
वो
Potter's
बहुत
going to
fast
have
जा
a
रहा
really
है.
deep angle to be playing here tomorrow, looking to contest with Russ's util, but forced away by the dark cover for now.
And that's everything blocked off. Double sonic sensors too, but Madeline.
भाई कितने चार बंदे बहरे हुए क्या?
With the guns, Demar, the first one to slide in. He actually gets a spray transfer into a second player. Potter out from heaven, needing to do a bit more damage.
अरे नहीं सिर्फ जिंदा रहना है.
Away as well, but Ross coming back through. Leviathan now with the op shots. All of a sudden, Velocity feels the need to turn around. Potter still alive as well. Oh,
Nice, nice. वो लोग को पता है, वो लोग को पता है. वो लोग को पता है.
He exposes himself out in the open. Lightning fast.
बोला था ना 13-7.
At the end, a catastrophic end.
बोला था ना 13-7 chat.
The second map.
Chat पहला गेम जीत गए.
Absolutely beautiful performance here. I don't know how many people have had high expectations of Velocity coming into this tournament.
9,000 people, 9,000
Usually a region that
minimum.
people underrate pretty heavily, especially when you've got sharp teams from Southeast Asia like Full Sense. They're playing on
भाई ये
home
लोग का वो
soil
अच्छा
here.
है.
They should be in their comfort zone.
वो
And
ये
they
लोग का
played a
वो
pretty
क्या है वो
decent game today,
नीचे
but
क्या है वो
Velocity
क्या बोलते
made
उसको?
them feel very uncomfortable coming in with this
Joggers.
really unique style. Breach Neon Chamber
क्या
on
पहना है वो?
both
Joggers.
maps, slow,
जो भी है,
measured
अच्छा है वो.
gameplay, really
I
effective
like that.
utility usage. I
पजामा
can't wait to
पजामा
see
नहीं है
what
रे.
team takes on Velocity
प्लासो
next and how
प्लासो
they're going to try to tackle
प्लाजी
it.
क्या है वो बेंच?
Likewise, Pilsky. Oh my god.
नीचे का एक नंबर खेला, एक नंबर खेला. ये
Don't
क्या है?
take my limelight. But
एक
at the same
नंबर.
time, yeah, it's true. What an incredible style. Something that teams had to.
Rusi sir with the 20 gift coming up huge.
Full Sense was still running.
One
that
more
turtle
game,
approach that you mentioned
one
before.
more win away from
I
playoff
felt like
chat.
they were the whole series trying to adapt
One
to
more
what
win away
Velocity was doing to them,
from playoff.
which is so
ए
not
नहीं ना,
Full Sense's
नहीं मेरे को एक बात बताओ. हम लोग को 2 जीतना पड़ेगा ना शायद, क्योंकि हम लोग को प्लस ज्यादा नहीं मिला है. हाँ चैट कितना जीतेंगे हम लोग को? अभी अपन +8 पे, ठीक है. नाउस +13 पे. रिडल का गेम हुआ नहीं है, ठीक है. अपन हेड टू हेड फुल सेंस के सामने जीत सकते हैं क्योंकि अपन ने फुल सेंस को हारा है. तो मैच 2 गेम तो देखना पड़ेगा, लेकिन एक गेम अगर विन कर लिया ना, एक और वीएलटी अगर एक और जीत गया ना, वी आर इन प्लेऑफ. वीएलटी अगर एक और जीत गया, वी आर स्ट्रेट इन प्लेऑफ. 101%, 10,000% मोस्टली 2 जीतेगा तो अपर ब्रैकेट सीधा. 2 जीतेगा तो कंफर्म ही है, लेकिन एक जीतेगा तो वो है. लेकिन मेन क्या है मालूम है मेरे को? ये नहीं मालूम कि ये टीम कैसे खेलता है बे. रिडल रिडल कैसे खेलता है वो नहीं मालूम है यार. तो 24 घंटे बाद आना. बोलता हूं मैं, मेरे साथ बकचोदी करो. हाँ बेबी, वो टीम हारा है, बकचोदी करना है. चैट कैसा टीम है, किसको पता है क्या? ब्रो Riddle Order is a very good team, one of Japan's best. One of the? Did you hesitantly said one of the? हैशटैग 1 ही है ये तो. 41 और 9 चल रहे हैं लोग. भाई ये लोग का हम लोग का वो कभी होएगा फाइट. ये लोग का देखो ना, एकेडमी फाइटिंग हो रही है. डीएफएम एकेडमी फाइटिंग, जेटा डिवीजन एकेडमी फाइटिंग. अपने किधर है जी एकेडमी फाइटिंग? जस्ट बाय, थैंक यू फॉर द मेंबरशिप मेरे जान के टोट्स. देख, टेक्निकली अच्छे टीम के सामने ये लोग हारे. ठीक है, बूम हो गया, सिनप्रीजा हो गया, स्कार्स भी है. हाँ, पॉसिबल तो है चैट. नेक्स्ट अपने इनके सामने ना, टेक्निकली ये लोग अच्छे टीम से हारे. और क्योंकि अपन ने अभी जीता है और अपन अभी अच्छी टीम में आ गई है, तो मेरे हिसाब से नेक्स्ट कब है? नेक्स्ट है अभी 3 दिन बाद ना. मेरी गांड फट गई. 1 दिन बाद क्यों दिखा रहा? वीएलटी का नेक्स्ट कभी है? आई थिंक 3 दिन बाद है. परसों है. 2 दिन बाद. परसों है, परसों है, परसों है, परसों है. सब परसों परसों है. परसों एक मैच होएगा, फिर परसों आएगा. लेकिन परसों क्योंकि एक मैच हो गया और एक मैच परसों है, तो वो मैच खत्म होने के बाद परसों एक और मैच आएगा. समझ रहे हो? तो एवरीथिंग इज परसों. समझ रहे हो? ये वीएलआर इतना हेट क्यों दे रहे हैं भाई हम लोग को? हाँ, ये तो हम लोग आपस में बात करके हारे थे भाई. हेलो पैंच, अभी आए थे भाई हम लोग. हेलो, 4 साल से थोड़ी अपन. ओ वीएलआर, चलो मजा आ गया चैट. चलो ओपी ओपी कर दो, प्लेयर्स को थोड़ा पॉजिटिविटी दे दो. ठीक है, ओपा ओपा कर दो. अभी अपन चटकते हैं. रात को आने का मैं पूरा ट्राई करूंगा, डिपेंडिंग ऑन मेरा हालत क्या है. तो पूरा ट्राई करूंगा, क्योंकि बहुत हैवी पीठ दुख रहा है. लेकिन आऊंगा भाई. हाँ आऊंगा. पीठ दुखेगा तो भी आऊंगा भाई. जेरफ नहीं हूं मैं. ठीक है, मेरा पीठ दुख रहा है. गर्लफ्रेंड से बात कर सकते हो वीडियो कॉल पे लेट के. बकचोदी कर रहा है, उसका एक्सीडेंट हो गया था बेचारे का. चलो गाइस, बाय 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 बाय. आदियोस शेड में आदियोस. टेक केयर, सी या, लव यू. मिलते हैं रात को. टेक केयर. 9:30 बजे ऑन टाइम. तब तक जाओ, थोड़ा सोशल मीडिया पे एंजॉय करो, थोड़ा ओपी ओपी कर दो, थोड़ा ओपिंग का भाई का मोन्टाज बनाओ, गोलू का बैकअप का मोन्टाज बनाओ, डमडारा जो नीचे रह के नाइफ कर रहा था वो सब वो करो यार. थोड़ा बख्शुदी करो. ठीक है, चलो मिलते हैं गाइस. बाय 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 बाय. टेक केयर. चटको. रात को मिलता हूँ. सी या.
I find you a star, and we could be in love, lighting up the dark. But there's nothing I can do. I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle. Like it's somebody be so beautiful. Yeah, it's only a dream. It's how I feel. You deserve